Alright. What's up? Alright. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Did it? Oh. I thought it crashed. I hope it's still working anyway, for everyone else. And by everyone else, I guess, currently it is just me, but that's okay. I mean, I hope it's working. But, that's okay. For now, we're gonna move the camera, so we're gonna just did the dance. If you missed it, that's okay, we do a dance at the end. I'm gonna bring the camera in close, so if you get queasy easily, you've been warned. Maybe look away for a little bit, but here we go. I'm gonna move the camera to talk about movies. Alright, we're okay. Alright. Okay. Woo! I'm a little bit tired still from dancing. Let's keep it going with some drink fluid. Yeah. Alright. Well, I'm gonna get it started anyway. I don't know who's here yet, but I'll be our guest critics tonight. I'm assuming Stevie will probably want to talk about Rock-a-Doodle and Encino Man, but G-Bergs, I think, wants to talk about quite a few others. So, but first off, we'll talk about, let's start with Robot Wars. How about that? Oh. Well, the panel has arrived. Hello, guys. What up? Welcome. I started off with the ones that we're not talking about together. I'm assuming I'll just talk about Robot Wars for a bit. Oh, hey, what a way to start it off, hey? My cholesterol, boys and girls, cholesterol all over the world. Anyway, there was a quick little ditty about cholesterol. Here we go. Too many chips, it'll do it, man. It'll do it. Here we go. Here's the hoot for Stevie. Here we go. Also, I'm just using this little speaker now. It's like just as loud and it's way clearer than this bigger one. But I'll still use it as a thing to put people's pictures on. Anyway. But yeah, because it just started getting muffly. But this one seems to work. So, yeah, too many chips, 2 chips. I see what you're saying. 2 chips and 2 chains. They should do a rap song together. Anyway. This is Robot Wars. I'm talking about it. We haven't even started talking about stuff. Smoked hoot already. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. It's a show, if you don't know what it is, there's a lot of shows like this where engineers or not engineers, people that just want to fiddle around with machines and what have you, make a remote control battling robot and then they fight each other in arenas. Quite basically, and then at the end of each season there's a Robot Wars champion. And this is the show, I don't know if it was this exact one because I think there's more than one version. This is the UK one that I watched. But we didn't have cable for very long. We had it for like a little bit, because we had a tenant that illegally got cable that we just didn't tell anyone, and we got to keep it for a little bit. This was like in the 90s when I was like 4, I think, or something like that. And you know what? No big deal, because we didn't do it. We didn't set it up. The tenant set it up, and they figured it out and cut us off. But I remember Robot Wars being one of those shows that we really loved to watch on cable. And if we were at somebody else's house who had cable, or if we were at a hotel or something and flipping through the channels, if Robot Wars was on, our family would be on it. We would be on that. Because it was something for the whole family. Or at least maybe a little bit more of the boys, but you know. I think some women probably like it too, but definitely, I don't think our mom was that excited about it, is what I'm trying to say. But, yeah, Robot Wars is a whole lot of fun. And there's all different sorts of robots, and one of the most fun parts is seeing, like, the people that aren't engineers making it. And I really enjoyed one of these clips when they're talking about, like, well, yeah, I'm just like a carpenter, and my wife is a horse dentist. And then they just show this like dramatic cut of his wife performing dentistry on a horse, and it's like, nice. Horse dentist. Cool. Who would have thought it? You're in Robot Wars, why not? But yeah, like I said, there's a whole bunch of different shows like this. I'm gonna Google it though, on Wikipedia. Robot Wars UK specifically, and it went from like 1998 or 6. The Wikipedia will tell me, but then it got canceled, and it came back with a reboot in 2016. But then it got canceled again in 2018. Got 3 seasons though, coming back. But total there's 10. So I watched 10 seasons of this. It's all on YouTube for free. I think like all these battling robot shows seem to just be for free on YouTube. It appears. Maybe not newer ones, but like this is only a couple years old now, at least the last season of this show. But yeah. Okay, let's talk about the hosts, because there's 3 different hosts throughout this series. And the first host, I forget his name. Someone's Gotta Dent Horses. You're absolutely right. It was just funny that they included the shot. They were like, let's get a shot of her doing some horse dentistry It was good, and the dramatic music was like, when they're like, my wife's a horse dentist, and it's like, it's like real dramatically lit and stuff. It was funny. Anyway, Robot Wars. What was I talking about? The different hosts. So maybe it'll tell me even the first host, but it doesn't really matter what the first host name was because he was only on one season. And then after that, they got Craig Charles. And if you don't know who Craig Charles is, he's on Red Dwarf. And if you don't know what that is, it's a British sitcom set in space. And he was also played the character Lloyd in Coronation Street. But he's the host for most of Robot Wars. and I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with cannibalism in theory. Okay, it's been like 3 minutes without glasses. It's been like a little more than that, but it's not over yet. I ruined the show. It's okay. I always feel a little bad. Then don't do that. Nah, I ruined the show with my big beat. Pecker, cock, chicken, breast, 6.9. For Weird Al, 6.9. That's what you said. That's what I said. It's true. Never forget. Okay, we can finally put this back on my chest. I'm gonna have to take off the bow tie, unfortunately, just to put things on my chest. I tried with the bow tie. All right. Robot Wars, the UK. So I've said quite a bit about it already, though. 750. Thank you for contributing to the Hoodie Hip Hop Clothing Change Dance Challenge. I think there's like 3 minutes of no glasses left. But no, yeah, let's get back to the show. I'm super high now already, but the beginning of this, 2 smoke hoots redeemed. But you know, this show's fun. I got really addicted to it. I got like sick of it in the middle, but it was like, I gotta finish. It was almost done, and it was done. There's the things I don't like about this show are like the long talking bits, and it's like, I get why they do it, because it can't all just be, they're filling an hour. It can't be just back-to-back robot fight. They have to talk to them about it. But I fast forward it through some of those parts, because I'm just like, I don't need to hear about how the hydraulic spear works on this fucking particular robot. I just want to see it work. I want to see the robots fight. That's the why I'm watching the show. But no, it's fun. And I'll just talk about some of the robots that I liked in the show. There's one called Nuts that's really funny. That's just like, has these chain flails on it, and it spins around, and it has 2 little robots. Because in the rules some changed throughout. In the beginning, when it was new, they call it a cluster bot when you have a robot and that breaks apart in more than one part. And this one is a cluster bot, Nuts, but it has just 2 little ones and the one big one. But it was a funny one because they won way more than they thought they were gonna win. They were like, we're not gonna win. We're just gonna fucking have fun and go out in a blaze of glory and lose, but it'll be a good laugh. But then they ended up getting to like the final, like pretty close anyway. And they like, every time they won, they're like, how are we still in it? How did we win that? Like, I don't even understand. Because it is a surprise every time. It doesn't seem that impressive. They're just like spinning around with these chains flailing about. And it's like, oh man, is it gonna hit? What's gonna happen? But sometimes it's a little harder to get at it because of the centrifugal force maybe or something. There's science. And you learn stuff in the show. But no, I was talking about the host. The first host of the show sucked. Because he would just like make fun of all of the contestants in Robot Wars and be like, yeah, look at the fuck, your face is stupid. He was so mean-spirited. And or like talking shit about the robots, like way more than you should be. It's like, be a little bit nice. They worked so hard on it. Maybe they didn't win, but they put a bunch of hours into that robot. You could be a little bit less of a dick. I think that's my theory of why they switched to Craig Charles in the next season. And why he was in most of it. I think people generally liked him. But yeah, I can't see anything. I think we're good for the glasses. I'm going back. Yeah! Woo! With rapping, what are we talking? We're talking about that challenge. Because yeah, if we do that challenge, if we meet that goal, rapping will happen. Yes. Alright. But yeah, Robot Wars. What else to say about it? Let's look at the Wikipedia now that I can read a little better. Oh yeah, so they have judges because I should talk about the rule, because the rules change a bunch. I won't talk about all the rules, but like the first two seasons were weird with Robot Wars because it was like it wasn't all fighting. The first two things were like just random like competitions between the Robot Wars, and then the last part of the episode was just the fight. And it's like no, it should all be fighting, and that's what it turned into. But the first one is like you have to run through all these obstacles called the Gauntlet, and I don't know, stupid. And there's the house robots are kind of cool. They're some of the cooler looking robots because there's no like rules. They can make it as big as they want because it's the house robots. They don't give a fuck. Sort of like the policing robots. If you go into their zone in the battles, they fuck with you. But they were also part of that gauntlet that I was just talking about. Anyway, this show's really fun. I love it. I could talk about it for a while probably, but I don't know if I should talk about it that long. But there's a few more things I could probably mention about it. There's one of the house robots is really cool, called Mr. Psycho, but you could tell they were trying to make the show more interesting and bring more viewers in, so they were changing stuff each season, which, you know, that's normal. Fair enough. And one of the things they did is they got these robots that were, every time they'd like add a new robot each season, and this one was called Mr. Psycho and had a big face and a big hammer, and he was like just giant compared to all other ones. And all these robots are actually pretty big. They're way bigger than you think they are, because they look kind of just like remote control cars, but they ain't just remote control cars, you know. But yeah, I appreciate everyone watching the stream. I'm having a blast already, even though Dylan derailed the stream. I'm just kidding. I mean, you can do it. I made it a thing. You can do it. Maybe I should make it worth more points. It was more originally, but then I dropped it down. Anyway, for clothing change. But yeah, Robot Wars. It's just really fun, and it's for free on YouTube. I don't think it should have got canceled either times. I mean, people are always going to be fighting robots. I'll probably end up reviewing another one of these shows because I just like these kind of shows. But for now, let's look at the Wikipedia and just see if there's anything I missed. But yeah, the judges, they decide if it doesn't go to a knockout, and that means if one of the robots, both robots are still running, basically at the end of it, there's lots of ways to immobilize or kill the robot. You can shoot it out of the ring, actually make it stop, like smash it up and make it just stop working, or shove it into a pit in this one. I don't know if all the robot bashing shows, whatever you want to call them, robot fighting shows, have a pit in it, but I kind of like that aspect of it. It's cruelty to robots, 0 out of 10. No! Come on, Dylan. You know you like it. You know you liked it. I remember you and I getting excited about it on the cable TV. Anyways, back to this show though. I think I'm gonna end it actually. Because like I said, there's so much to talk about, so we really gotta keep the ball rolling here. But I think I talked enough about it. You get it. It's robots fighting each other. It's generally a good time if you're into that sort of thing, but it gets a little long for some of the talking bits, and you just want to get to the fighting sometimes. It's not perfect. I'm gonna give, I think I know what I want to give it. Here we go. would have maybe gone like a little higher with it, but like 7.5 or 8. But the reason I went 7 instead of a little higher is because of what I said earlier about it just dragging too long, especially in the newer seasons with the reboot. There's just a little too much filler, and you get to the robots, but still fun. Obviously, it's enjoyable, and I probably liked it the most when Craig Charles was hosting. Anyway, have you found him yet? Do you need me to call Lauren for you? Lauren, what? I don't think I get it. But anyway, let's keep it going. Robot Wars, that's it. I gave it 7 out of 10. Why are you looking for Lauren? I don't know. What are you talking about? I'm confused. What? I just don't. Maybe I'm too high. Forlorn is sad. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that just confused the shit out of me. Sorry. I'm okay. So I did a dad joke. There you go. I don't mean to look sad. I'm not sad. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm just pretty high. I need some fluid though. Let's go, bud. Hurrah. Okay, moving on to this movie. It was interesting. Feels good, man. That's what it's called. It's about Pepe the Frog. Like the Pepe the Frog memes. If you don't know what that is, but this movie explains it. So it was originally a comic book character. This comic this guy started called Boys Club has this cartoon frog character, and there's other characters in it. They're all like humanoid sort of animal cartoon characters, and they're all living in a house that's sort of like almost like a frat house, but I don't think they're actually like affiliated with a fraternity. They're just sort of like friends that hang out and get high and party and are just sort of chilling in a house. And I think it's like a little bit of it's a comedy comic, I think. But this frog sort of got eventually turned into somehow into a race. Well, so I say somehow. I understand it now that I watched the documentary. Actually did a really good job of explaining it. But it got turned into a sort of extreme alt-right and racist sort of symbol. Got put into memes with swastikas put on Pepe, and Pepe is supposed to be a good frog. He's supposed to be nice, and that's sort of the heartbreaking part of this movie. It's like this guy just wanted to make like a sort of cute, fun comic about friends, and it just ended up like not being a good thing for him. Sort of, I mean, the end of it, the movie sort of opens it up, and it's like maybe it'll be okay. Maybe people will realize that Pepe isn't so bad, because it's technically recognized as a hate symbol in the hate symbol database or something. Like, so Pepe is like next to a swastika, hypothetically. So that's it. I'm calling Lauren. Don't call Lauren. She can't know what's going on, man. She'll be so pissed. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Feels Good Man. And Feels Good Man is why the movie is called that, I should say. He says that, Pepe. He says Feels Good Man. And the specific part of the comic they show, and before was a racist meme, it was a meme that was just sort of fun and like just feels good band, just sort of a happy frog meme, and you could put, and it was on other things too, but it often said the feels good man thing that he said, and then that feels good man started popping up other places, and they said, you know, maybe it's not from that, but it seemed like a coincidence, everything, and then they were linking it in some of the memes to feels good man, so you know, you could go all into it. But yeah, it started off with those wholesome memes, and then escalated. Let's talk about how it did it, sort of, because I don't think I have yet. It's so, like I said, it started with relatively innocently, and the artist saw these memes that weren't racist, this sort of just generic happy frog memes or whatever, sort of silly shit. He was like, because technically he could have taken legal action, he could have sued or something, but he saw that and was like, oh, whatever, it's, you know, it's making people happy, it's my art, I'm not too worried about it. He had a lax sort of feel about it, which is cool, but it ended up sort of biting him in the butt, I think, because if he would have stayed on it, maybe this wouldn't have happened in the future, with it getting turned into a Nazi sort of insignia or whatever you want to call it, a hate symbol as it's known now. Tubi, this movie's not on Tubi, I don't think. Well, maybe. Check it out. I didn't watch it on Tubi. I'm not going to talk about how I watched it. We'll just leave it at that. But, maybe it could be. I'm not going to say no because I actually don't know. But I'd be surprised because it's pretty new. And sometimes Tubi has some newer stuff, but this is not usually this new, I don't think. This is like 2020 or so. Maybe even 2021, but I think it's 2020. Let's look it up. Feels Good Man on Wikipedia. But no, I thought this was a pretty good documentary. Some of it there was maybe like the explained too fast in little parts, but that's sort of a little nitpick. I had to go back and just like listen a couple times. Maybe that was just me being dumb though. Also could be the case. But that was something that I noticed for me. I just had to go back a couple times and be like, oh, that's what happened here. Because it's a crazy story, really. With all this 4chan stuff. And I'll talk about 4chan. Because I didn't know what this was, but this is how a big part of how the Pepe meme started, I guess, was this 4chan. And I feel like I'd heard that name before, but I didn't know what it was. And it's like a social media platform, sort of, but everybody's anonymous. So people are saying in the documentary that makes it more likely for people to say more and more like if you're a racist, you're going to be more likely to share your racist opinions on this anonymous forum than something that's not anonymous. Feels Good Man, Wikipedia. Yeah, it's 2020. American doc about the internet meme Pepe the Frog. So yeah, it's about the meme, but it's also, I think of it more about the artist, because they follow him, and I think that's what it should be about, because there's lots of just like stealing people's art, and there's hardly any repercussions at all, and I think there should be a little more of that, in my opinion. Oh, Coronel Pacifico. Oh, you folks, you're interacting on the internet. That's lovely to see. Good evening to you, Coronel. Good evening to you. Yeah, awesome. Tubi, how high were you? For watching Feels Good Man? If that's what you're asking. Relatively high. Probably. Yeah, relatively. It was good though. I need to go over to your hood and slap some jerks. My hood or Coronel's hood? Brazil? Doug, I'll send you tomorrow your new subtitles. Okay, man. Thank you so much. And then I'll post that one. Yeah. I haven't recorded a new one because I thought I'd just wait. And because I'm doing some other stuff too anyway. Like with the starting to upload these Twitch broadcasts to YouTube. I'll just plug that again real quick. If people want to check out my YouTube, there's a bunch of shit on there. There's content for days, or at least hours. Hours of fun. CP. Oh, okay. You talking about their hood. Boop-a-boop-boop-boop-a-doo-doo. But yeah, it feels good, man. Did I talk about I said feels good, man, but I didn't talk about what happened. Okay, that's what I was explaining that, and then I sort of got caught off on a tangent, I think. But yeah, Pepe the Frog, the character in the comics, he says, feels good, man, and specifically in this one point, one of the other characters called, I think, Beast Man, maybe I might be getting this wrong, but it's something like that. And he's sort of like the party character, and he can't, oh wait, no. Maybe it's not Beastman, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Someone catches Pepe peeing with the pants down completely, like just the underwear and everything down, and you see his butt. And then they cut to the later panel, and it's Pepe talking to Beastman. In this case, that's why I was getting the mix up. But then Beastman's like, "I heard that you pee with your pants all the way down," and Pepe's like, "Feels good, man." So that's where it comes from. Paula was upset, and some dick stain was like, "No, you're wrong." I don't honestly know what you guys are talking about, but, you know, I'm assuming it has something to do with the comments on Paula's post. One bastard that I don't remember who is just a bloody Bolsonaro supporter. Oh, okay, yeah, I think I'm starting to get it. Sounds shitty. Fuck Bolsonaro, I'll say it. I'll say it. CP liked my comments on a post. Yeah, okay, I'm getting enough of it. I'm in it. I'm still in it. Okay, I gotta make sure that I'm caught up with everything. Dylan came in and just released havoc with Lose the Glasses, Smoke Hoot, Clothing Switch. Did all that though. And yeah, I could go for some more fluid. So let's just go for some more fluid. Yeah. Hey. Hey, Skunk Bags. How's it going? I'm sorry I haven't been talking a lot in the Discord. I should be, mate, probably. There's just lots of other stuff going on. I'm sorry, mate. Thanks for dropping in. The morning to get you back on the server. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Which video do you... Been so busy, mate, but I'm back now. I'll have to get you back on the mate for sure. Okay, yeah, well, we'll talk. Well, we can talk on Discord after this for sure. Thanks for dropping in, man. I really do appreciate it. I don't know what I'm gonna. I was hoping you could tell me, Colonel, what I should react to next time. You can send me a Discord too, Coronel, if you so choose. If you want to tell me, you had some ideas of what I should react to, I'll listen to you. You're the expert. What do you think will get me them hits? Let's try to get me them hitties. Am I right? Anyway. But what's next? I've talked about this a bit. What else do I want to say that I haven't? Yeah, it's just crazy how it escalated. How it got turned into a racist symbol because it's just from something super innocent into something so sinister. But I really hope it doesn't crash. This is It's freezing for me. Let me know if it's working for you folks. Oh no. Oh no, it's working still. Hello?
No, it's working.
It was just being weird. I'll talk to you in Discord. Paul wants to react to Brazilian funk. Well, yeah, maybe that's what to do then. If that's what the kids are listening to, let's send it my way. Let's try to get some hits. Why not? Anyway. Yeah, my internet's not being great right now. Hopefully it's working for everybody. Froze, but it's back. Okay, oh, that was for everybody. Okay. But yeah, so 4chan played a big part in this documentary and in the Pepe the Frog meme in general. And I didn't know anything about 4chan, like I said. So like I said, it's a anonymous platform, and they talk about this lifestyle in it. And I guess a lot of people on 4chan, they live this lifestyle, and it was called NEET, N-E-E-T, and I forget what it standed for, but what it basically means is this lifestyle stands for living in your mom's basement and just not giving a shit and like putting garbage all over your room and just not caring, playing video games all day and just like not doing anything. And like being proud of it is this sort of lifestyle. I had no idea about any of this. But I learned from this doc the NEET lifestyle, N-E-E-T is what it said. So yeah, that was interesting, but it's just like these people can be proud of that, and a lot of these people were Trump supporters, and that's what it turned into with the Pepe thing. It sort of gradually turned into white supremacy memes partially because of Trump, and people say that 4chan is debatably part of why these Pepe memes are partially to blame for Trump getting elected. That's what people think. 1337 misheard? I'm not sure what you misheard. But, yup, elite. But whatever. It could have been anything at this point. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. And yeah, that's what Pepe says. And they tried to... Another thing I'll talk about is they tried to bring it back, they show in the doc. They tried to save Pepe. They had a Save Pepe campaign that, Pepe get everybody to flood the internet with positive Pepe, non-racist, positive Pepe memes. But then the response from the hardcore 4chan people were like, no, let's just make memes of like these peaceful Pepes dying and our Nazi Pepe prevailing, and that's basically what happened. And they, but then at the end, like I said, spoilers, I guess, but it's a doc. You could look any of these real facts up, I guess. There was a protest in, I forget exactly where in Asia, but there was a protest in Asia, and they were using Pepe as a positive meme. So that was sort of a positive ending with hope, a hope-filled positive ending that maybe people maybe Pepe can come back and be not a racist meme, because it wasn't meant to be that. It shouldn't be in the same place as a swastika, which apparently it is. It's in it's a registered hate symbol. Pepe got bronied. Sort of, I guess. Brony, do people not like bronies, or are bronies now associated with Hitler? I thought brony people were just sort of like, think they're weird. I have no problem with bronies. I don't know. I'm getting off topic. Feels good, man. I don't know if I have much else to say. Oh yeah, Pepe. There was a funny part where he's suing Alex Jones. The creator of Pepe is suing Alex Jones because the Pepe the Frog Bean is on one of Alex Jones's posters that he was selling or something. But that was funny, and they showed the film of the deposition of them being interviewed by lawyers or whatever, and they have one of the questions that they're asking the creator. He's like, "So why did you name it Pepe?" And he's like, "Well, cause it sounded like pee pee, like when you go pee pee." it was just funny him explaining it. He had to explain it like that. Um, and yeah, Alex Jones is just, say what you will about him. He's trash human being for what he's doing and he's terrible supplements he's peddling and his terrible ideals, but he's entertaining undeniably to watch. But yeah, he's terrible. Anyway, what do we got? I think I'm gonna end this one. This is a good doc though. Like I like this. You know, like I said, it maybe moved a little fast at times, the pacing, but that's it's a relatively minor note. But, what are you gonna do? That's what I'm saying about it. But what we have, I'm just looking at the Wikipedia and seeing if there's anything else that I want to mention. But I think that's good. Let's do it. Let's rate it. I was like, let me think. Whoa. We got a paragraph. 8 out of 10. But yeah, no, I like this doc. 8 out of 10. Feels good, man. I would recommend it if you can check it out. And if you're curious about the Pepe the Frog memes and you want to know more, check it out. And my knowledge just now wasn't enough. Check it out. 8 out of 10. I liked it. Okay. What do we got? MLP film was supposed to be an innocent little kid show. Okay. Good that grown men got ironically into it. 20s. I didn't, okay, but some of them were generally nice and stuff, but okay, you see, that's the thing, I didn't know too much about it. I thought that I didn't realize that it was a harmful thing. Thank you I didn't understand. But the majority flooded the internet with the Rule 34 and ruined the show for the target audience, children, okay. I see, I didn't really realize that. But, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Ponies are very popular for sex pillows, inflatables, fetish gear, cum jars. It's awful. Brazilian funk is hated by a minority, the rockers and the metal players, but is loved by more than 70% of the population. Anitta is the biggest funk singer and has more than 50 million followers. That's pretty big. 50 million followers on what, though? Are we talking Insta? Are we talking TikTok? Being considered one of the most influential women in Brazil. 50 million on any platform. That's huge, though. But I'm just curious. That's what I'm here for. Fair enough. Also, another good part is that you don't need to know the lyrics. Is it just instrumental then? Oh no, you said funk singer, but you don't need to know the lyrics. Funk is the best genre. I love funk. It's weird that that rock and roll people don't like funk. I don't know if that's the case here. Well, maybe, I feel like metalheads often will only listen to metal and that's it. And I get it. But yeah, I like a little bit of variety. Anyways, let's move it on. What's the next? Brazilian funk is way different than what you were expecting. Okay, I may have heard a little bit of it though, but I think I'm still gonna like it though. I like a lot of different stuff. We'll see though. You know better than I for sure. Probably nonsense and scat type. Onomatopoeia. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Onomatopoeia? Yeah, that's my best go at it. I know a metalhead who likes funk. Well, yeah, but like Colonel's now saying, it's a little. I guess Brazilian funk is different. Um, the lyrics have no meaning. Oh, okay. I mean Brazilian ones. Aha, I see. Sound words, boing. Yeah, okay, is it like that? Boing boing, Gerald McBoing boing, and Jacob Tutu boo beep bop. Isn't scatting? Anyway, moving on. Well, I'm sort of in between reviews now. I took off the last one. I think now what's the next? What's next? This is next. I'm gonna take this off so you can. I'll be wearing that. I'll be wearing that on Wednesday. Anyway, you gonna watch it like that? What do you mean? You gonna like the video? Like this? Like wearing this hat? Superstore. This is a TV show. I like this show. I just watched the last season of it. I think 5 seasons of it are on Netflix. But yeah, I watched the last one. I need some water. Whoa. Drink some fluid over here. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, Superstore. Okay, yeah, I've talked about this show before actually, but I'm gonna talk about it again because I liked it, and because I watched more of it. And now I think it's over. It seems like it's over. They ended it. I'm not gonna ruin it because I think it is over, but I kind of liked how it ended, and honestly, it gave me a little bit of goosebumps. I might have even cried on the last episode a little bit, like happy tears. I'm bad for that, or good for that, however you want to look at it. Hashtag show your emotions. Hashtag real men cry. Come on! Anyway, Superstore? Superstore season 6. We'll just talk about the whole shebang, if you will. I'm typing it into Wikipedia. Yeah. So yes, it takes place in like a Walmart type superstore or department store, and the show is just called Superstore. Cloud9 is what the store is called in the show. But it feels a lot like a Walmart because the vests are similar. They're like the blue, and they have greeters. Although not always, but they sometimes do. It definitely feels like a Walmart inspired store. But yeah, I like this show, and I thought it ended pretty well. It's pretty like similar to a lot of shit, specifically The Office, the US Office. Not exactly, obviously there's differences, but just certain things were done exactly the same. I've touched on this before, but just as an example, there's a character like if you know the US Office at all, Karen, Rashida Jones's character in The Office, she is sort of like the second love interest other than Pam, and Jim dates her for a little bit, and then ends up dating Pam in the end, and that's sort of like this show with Amy. Amy is like the Pam in this show, and then there's Kelly is like the Karen, and both K names, even coincidence, maybe, but it's also on the same network as The Office too, so it's like they were trying to make another Office, and they debatably sort of succeeded. I don't think this was as successful, but it's a similar feel and it's still pretty funny. I genuinely like this show. The characters you get attached to them, I'd say. Um, Should I just go? I'll just go over the characters sort of. So there's, oh yeah, this person's name is America Ferrera. I remember commenting on that last time, being like, her name is America. It's a pretty cool name. She plays Amy. And she has been working at Cloud9 for a super long time. She ends up being store manager at one point in the show. Then there's Jonah, who is like super sort of annoying but pretentious. Talks about like cinema, like this guy, pretentious. But as well as he just sort of seems to know it all kind of guy. But he's also endearing and he wants to like help people and he cares about the employees and stuff. Ben Feldman is Jonah. I don't know if he's done much else. I think he's done mainly stage work. It shows here. But yeah, and his character, another part of it is that he was in business school, but then he dropped out and he started working here at a Cloud9 customer service job. But then, with retail job, I guess. I mean, it's sort of customer service in a way though. And Dina is the assistant manager, and she's sort of like hard ass. She's pretty funny though. She like shows very little emotion, but she's funny. She has a lot of birds. I'll say she has a lot of birds. Because I don't want to ruin anything, but that might have already ruined anything. Try not to say anything more about it, but yeah, she likes animals and she's a vegetarian. But she is sort of a hard ass and a stickler for the rules, if you will. Let's see. If anyone else is talking about ultra white, straight, asshole, try hard liberal. There's a good way of saying it. Also, inside me there are two wolves, Dina and Sandra, and we'll get into Sandra in a bit here. I'm going through all the characters here. Wikipedia has a nice list, but yeah, that's Dina. Dina's pretty. There's some good lines from Dina throughout the show. Mateo, played by Nico Santos. Dina is played by Lauren Ash. I guess I'll say all the actors. Why not? But Mateo is a illegal immigrant, but he's working here. But he does at the beginning of the show. He doesn't realize he's an illegal immigrant, and that's something that's sort of thrown in. But I commented on this before, but I'll quickly say it. There's sort of spoilers, I guess, but this is like mid-series. He's about to be detained by ICE, and he's supposed to get deported or whatever, and taken away by the custodies. But all the people from the store are like trying to get him out, and they're obviously like running him out and trying to get him, but they end up catching him. But then there's no like course of action. There's no repercussions for any of the employees helping them. Like, I know that they did the right thing, but there would be, in reality, legal action, I think. So that just something that didn't make sense. But I'm getting a little off topic. Mateo, but yeah, he's I think they say he's from the Philippines. I think his character. And he's gay, and he dates one of the supervisors, Jeff, at one point, and there's a whole thing with that. And that's another thing that's similar to The Office, because Oscar in The Office, he has a crush on someone that people don't think that has a crush back on Oscar, and Oscar's like, oh yeah, he does, and he ends up doing it. And they do that exact same thing in this too. So, what's up with that? Anyway, Mateo is my boy. Yeah, Mateo, no problems with Mateo. And he's sort of like a catty bitch. I think they even say it at some points in the show, but it's played for laughs. It's funny. He's catty anyway. He's not really a bitch. He has a heart. But he's often gossiping behind people's back is what I mean. Talking trash, if you will. Anyways, Superstore, who else we got here? Garrett. Garrett is in a wheelchair, and he's, that's not really that important, but he's sort of like he's like the cool, sort of just like gamer, average, sort of just like normal dude, honestly. Likes like playing video games and doesn't really like his job. He's trying the bare minimum. But yeah, and he's good. He's pretty funny, and they have an I don't know, sort of spoilers, just a little bit. There's an unexpected sort of romance with him and Dina that caught me off guard, and I liked that. I was like, I didn't expect that, but I liked it. But yeah, this show's pretty good, but it's not perfect. Like I said, it's borrowing a little bit too much from The Office at times, I think, but it's still pretty fun. Like, it delivers the jokes throughout. So yeah, that's Nicole Shakira as... Oh, wait, no, that's Colton Dunn as Garrett. Sorry, that's who we were talking about. Nicole Shakira is Cheyenne. And Cheyenne, she plays like a 19-year-old at the beginning of the show, but I feel like she was older than that even at the beginning of the show. But she's sort of like the young, girly girl. That's pretty... I don't know what else to say about Cheyenne. She gave birth... I'll just read what it says here on Wikipedia. Cloud9 associate, later promoted to floor supervisor. She's a pregnant high school student, right, at the start of the series. Oh, and I really love her... her boyfriend, Bo, is really funny. One of my favorite characters. He's a side character, but apparently there's talk of them getting their own spin-off, Cheyenne and Bo. Be interesting to see that. Cause yeah, I really like Bo. Bo's like super silly, like white gangster rapper wannabe. Really funny though, saying slang words all the time. Really silly. He makes me laugh the most. Maybe the hardest out of any character in the show. But anyway, she gave birth to her daughter, Harmonica, right, that's right. In the store, in the first season finale, spoilers a little bit, but that's the first season. There's lots of show. And like, you watch it for the jokes, really. The plot, sort of, but in my opinion, for these kind of shows, it's more about the jokes. But it's good to have the plot-based comedy. It's important. And married, boop, boop. Oh yeah. Bo Derek. They make that joke at one point. That's who her boyfriend is. And then yeah, Mark McKinney, who I didn't know this before, but yeah, now I do, obviously. Mark McKinney, who was in Kids in the Hall, is Glenn Sturgis. And Glenn is probably my favorite, like, main regular character on the show. Because Bo is only in, like, a few episodes. But Glenn is in it throughout. And I don't know, I really like him. Maybe in the photo lab. She's a dumb slut. We love her. Cheyenne. I have no problems with Cheyenne. Jacob Tutu. Never forget. I just don't think Cheyenne's she wouldn't be my favorite character, but I'm sure every character is good, right? They all make me laugh. But yeah, like I said, my favorite's probably Glenn. Personally, to each their own. Glenn and Bo, like I said. Cast. and characters. But yeah, he's the like they change around everybody's roles and shit. But basically, he's the manager, Glenn Sturgis, and he's super positive. He's diabetic. There's like a reoccurring gag where he wants to drink juice, or he is always drinking juice, and it makes him like crazy. It's I don't know. It's really funny to me, and he's always positive, even about like the worst situations. Pretty much always, anyway. There's like a breakdown episode, I think, but he's almost always upbeat and chipper, and I don't know. I love him. He's a little bit of a pushover and stuff, maybe, but he's still adorable, and I love him. I love Glenn Sturgis, and he's also a foster dad. Is another nice aspect of it. Anyway, boop 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 boop. Shy and Mateo are a great team. Yeah, that's true. Shy and Mateo, they're like best friends. They often team up for storylines in the show. But yeah, where are we here? Yeah, like it says, he's a foster father with many children, Glenn Sturgis. And let's talk about Sandra. Well, because Sandra started off as sort of just a reoccurring character, but then became sort of a regular character by the end of it. And her character changes quite a bit. Probably the most. Like, everyone's character probably changes a little bit, but hers is like the most noticeable change, I think, for me anyway. Because she starts off very timid and shy in the beginning of the show, and everyone's sort of stomping on her. But then as it goes on, she gets more and more empowered and stands up for herself more and stuff. And she's sort of weird, but she's a sweetheart at times too. I don't know. I like Sandra. What does it say about her here? Sandra Kalakulahalani, I forget how they say it. That probably wasn't right. A meek Hawaiian Cloud9 employee who has trouble standing up for herself. She has a YouTube channel where she plays ukulele covers of Radiohead songs. I forgot that was part of it, but I thought she could only play Creep. That was like a part of the joke. Or that was like the only song she could play. Or maybe she learned more Radiohead songs as it goes on. But yeah, there was one episode, I forget what they had. If it was a funeral or something, maybe it was like a memorial for Myrtle. I forget what it was exactly, but they had Sandra playing the ukulele. I think, I don't know. I was doing a violin. Playing ukulele. That Radiohead song "Creep" at the funeral. They're like, dude. And then she just played it again. Like, does she know another song? Like, I don't think so. But yeah, this show's not bad. I'm still mad at the voice. So unnecessary. The voice that Glenn Sturgis does. I don't know. I like the voice. You know, I think it's good, but I don't know. For the most time when people are doing voices, I'm okay with them as long as you can understand what they're saying. Some are too annoying, like when Adam Sandler does some, but I don't know. If that's what you're talking about, Glenn's voice, it's a little like high. He's putting on a voice, I guess, a little high pitched or something. I don't know. I like it, but fair enough. I love the Sandra development. She's there to be an easy target, but she's possibly the most beloved character. Yeah, and that sort of changes towards the end. Like, Sandra starts off as the character everyone picks on the most, it seems like. But then that changes to Justine, and everyone sort of collectively hates Justine. And Marcus sort of too, a little bit. Everyone is horrible to Sandra. Yeah, mostly people are horrible to Sandra, but it gets better as the show progresses, I think. But I agree. There was quite a few episodes where I felt really bad for Sandra. Like there's the storyline where her and Jerry, because obviously she's meant to be with Jerry, but then Jerry is with Carol for a little bit, and they like decide. Everybody at work votes and decides for Sandra that Jerry is supposed to be with Carol, not Sandra, and they just go along with it, even though obviously Sandra is supposed to be with Jerry, and they fix that later, obviously. But I remember just hating that and being like, I'm mad that Carol is with Jerry right now. But anyway, everyone is horrible to Sandra. Sometimes she and Dina get along, but other than that, but that other bitch, sorry, that wanted Jerry was fucky. Yeah, Carol's fucked. There's a compilation of Shut Up Sandra on YouTube. I believe it. I don't doubt it for a second. But yeah, the show's pretty good. I'm trying to think about what else to talk about. The last season is what I've watched now. And yeah, I think they wrapped it up pretty nicely. I don't want to ruin anything, really. But, like, I'm pretty sure it's over now. And yeah, I enjoyed this show. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I missed. I'm looking at the reoccurring characters here. Oh yeah, and yeah, Amy's not in a lot of the last season. She's in it, but she's only in like 3 out of the 14 or 15 episodes or whatever it is. And like they write it in so it makes sense, but it's like, well, I wonder what happened there, you know? Was that supposed to happen? Or did they write it in just because she was doing something else? You know what I mean? But yeah, Johnny Pemberton plays Bo, which is who I was saying is one of my favorite characters, if not my actual favorite character. He's a reoccurring character, so not a main character, but he might be getting a spin-off, apparently. I think that has potential of being good. It could be really bad though, depending on what they do with it. Obviously, but yeah, I think that's enough for this. My legal name is Sandra, LOL. No, I'm aware of that. I know. LOL indeed. The little old guy who never speaks, but is always just there. Oh yeah, that was a good thing to say. What's his name? Ben? No. I forget what his name is. But it's something like that. Like it's one word, one syllable. Ben? I don't think that's right. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I forget his name too. Oh, maybe it'll tell me in the reoccurring characters. Because he is technically reoccurring, even though Brett! That's what it is. It's Brett. He's the really stern old dude that never says anything. But they just act like he's really good at his job. But it doesn't seem like he is, usually. Well, sometimes, but like one time they're like, look at him, he's a machine, and he's just like standing there still or something. It's kind of funny. He's a cryptid. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Creed in The Office, but not quite as weird as Creed. And obviously Creed talks, so that's a big difference. But sort of. The weird old guy. That, if you want to go that vague with it. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it for this. I'm trying to think if there's anything, like, cause I've reviewed this before, and I don't remember what I gave it last time. I don't, but no, I think this is pretty good, but like, it's not as good as like The Office. I would say, you know, not many things are. That's one of the best shows ever. I do think some people would say it's overrated, but there's a reason it was the most watched thing on Netflix, and I think it still is if it's still on. The most streamed thing on Netflix is because people keep going back to it. It has huge rewatch value, and that's why people love it. Yeah! I think. Anyway. But yeah, no, this show's okay. Here we go. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. I think that's okay. I think that's fair. I don't watch The Office, and fair enough. I can see why some people just wouldn't because of all the hype and stuff. But it really is a great show. It's hilarious. And this, you can tell they borrowed a lot from it in Superstore. But anyway, yeah, 7.5 out of 10. That's what I'm giving it. What's next? I think G-Briggs, you still here? I feel like you probably are. But yeah, I'll do Nobody next with Bobby Odenkirk. He is a weird old guy, this is true. Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. But yeah, if we want it, I don't know if you're here, G-Bergs, but we can talk about it on Discord if you're ready. Because I think that's all these other movies I can talk with either Stevie or G-Bergs or both. I believe. But yeah, Nobody. So this movie had a lot of hype. And it was debatably too hyped up. I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was like amazing. It's comparable to like John Wick, I would say, but I think I like John Wick a little more. This had a little bit more comedy in it, and I don't have anything wrong with that. In fact, that could have made it better even. But I don't know, it just seemed a little too complicated in parts. And the action's really good though, and I liked a lot about it, and it was pretty good. But it was not perfect. So I'm gonna tear into it a little bit. Nobody, 2021 film. Yeah, this is quite basically a revenge story. Bob Odenkirk fighting a bunch of people, and I'll get into the plot a little more specifically. And actually, I don't know if G-Bergs watched this one or not, but he said he might. So I thought I would start with this one. I don't know, because I think he said yes to Encino Man, Idiocracy, Rock-a-Doodle, and The Mask, which is what's next. But for now, yeah, Nobody. This movie was not so bad. It starts with Bob Odenkirk and a kitten getting interviewed in a police questioning room. I did watch this one. Okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's go. Come on down. Oh, you already here, bud? Bud. I ordered a burg.
Hello?
I ordered a G-Bergs. Hello?
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. You hearing me okay?
I am now, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I'll put your picture up on display for all to see.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you want to start it off? What are your initial thoughts on the film?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was a lot of hype around this, right? Like, people were like, I saw a lot of people be like, this was so dope. In like the comment section on the trailer on Facebook, that's what I'm going off of. Everyone was like,
right.
This is so good, and I was like, and like I saw a couple people share it or like share the poster or whatever and be like, this was really good. And I was like, maybe it is really good. I think it was just good. I don't think it was really good.
I agree.
But it had some really good bits, and the action, the fight scenes are really good, I think. That part of it is really good. But some of it, like I said, was convoluted and a little bit too much storyline. It could have been simplified just a little. It wasn't overly complicated, and I don't know. That's kind of why I like John Wick more. It's like, you don't need to know much. Dog's dead, wife's dead, Keanu Reeves gotta kill some people. That's the plot, that's it. With this, there's like a kitty cat bracelet, you got all these other little parts, the mob's out to get him, and he gets robbed at the beginning. There's all these different little pieces. And one thing I wanted to ask you, because I didn't get this at the beginning when he gets robbed by the people and they get away, and that's sort of what sparks the whole movie. But they say when the cops come and look at it, they say a pizza box. They used a pizza box to break in, and there's a pizza box outside, and I don't get that. How did they use the pizza box to break in? I don't get that.
I'm guessing they propped up the garage door with like a crowbar or something, and then they pulled it up, wedged the box underneath, and then they could let go of the door and crawl in with the box underneath there.
Exactly. I'm with you. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted though. Dylan's saying, "Come on, this was better than John Wick." I don't agree. What do you think, G Bergs?
I don't think it was better than John Wick, just because I have a harder time believing Bob Odenkirk could beat anyone else.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Because he's not a badass martial artist like Keanu Reeves is. Like, Keanu Reeves could probably beat up some people for sure.
Yeah, no, I
That's
agree.
why he likes it. I get it.
Keanu Reeves
skinny guys.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, and Keanu Reeves is a skinny guy.
Yeah,
he just knows how to fight.
Yeah, like he's done lots of martial arts and shit, and like training for movies like The Matrix. He's in a lot of movies like that, but no, I just realized what you were saying before about you're saying that they used the box to like prop open the door and get it open. I get it now. But yeah,
that would keep the door open so that they can crawl in. They don't have to hold it open.
I didn't realize that was like big. Like they crammed. You're saying they like crammed it through the door and like wedged it open. I just didn't get that. I feel like I could have been explained better, or like they could have shown them doing that. That would have been cool. Because they just showed the pizza box and I was like, But I guess it makes enough sense.
It's a little too easy.
Yeah, that's sort of a nitpick, but I was a little confused by that. And like I said, another thing is there's just a little too many little things, like the kitty cat bracelet and stuff, which it's all intertwined okay, but it could have been done a little bit better, I think. I like skinny guys. That's why I like it. Skinny guys rule. But yeah, I don't know. Dylan, do you want to talk about it though? You watched this. You want to come on Discord? I don't have a picture for you, but you could just come downstairs also, if you wanted to. I like skinny guys. Shut the fuck up, I'm banning you. Don't get on Stevie's bad side, because they will ban you. Dad bods forever. Absolutely. I'm too much of a burnout to remember it. Fair enough. And honestly, I watched this a little more over a week ago, because I watched it, I think, in time for last movie review Monday, but there was already so much on the fucking plate. We weren't going there.
Right.
But so I put it on this one. So I watched it was a little bit more time than some of the other movies. But no, this was fine. Let's look it up. Oh wait, no, it's right here. So we talked about the basic plot, sort of, but not really. I just said it's a basic revenge plot, which it is, sort of. But it starts off, what's his job, his current job, Bob Odenkirk? Because he said he was an auditor in the army, but then, because he goes to work. Oh, it's like
he's got some type of office job at.
Yeah, it's like a construction.
It's
like a construction office job, or something like that.
It's like a steel mill or something.
Yeah, but like it looks like in the office, and he wants to buy, and that's another thing that's like making the plot convoluted. He wants to buy this thing. It's just another thing to add to it, but he wants to buy that business. But yeah, that's how it starts. He's going to work, and then he gets robbed, but like we talked about, and he doesn't fight back, and his son even like tries to tackle him, which is stupid, because it's like, fucking, you should have just you should have let the son, they were on top, and they could have apprehended the burglars, but then they just let him go.
Did you? But they explained why
Yeah,
later.
they explained it, but still, I still think he should have just done it. Cause he,
But that gun wasn't loaded, Doug.
exactly though. Then he could have just beat the shit out, beat the shit out of him. Oh, but
He could have got if in court if he did that, because
I,
he knew that the gun wasn't loaded.
okay. See, then that's another thing. Maybe I missed that, and that's okay. Maybe I'm just too dumb for this movie. That's maybe the problem.
He saw that the gun wasn't loaded before he hit it. Was gonna hit her.
I remember that shot. Maybe I just want things to be explained more, and that's too much to ask. But this movie wasn't bad though, and like the bus scene is really cool when he's fighting all those people on a bus. That was good. I like that. And because these fight scenes are cool, I like how they're done, because in a lot of movies where there's a guy fighting a lot of other guys, and he's beating up all these other guys, there's like not a scratch on the guy that's beating up all the guys. In this, they make it a little bit more realistic. Bob Odenkirk is getting a beating, but he's pulling through and still coming out on top. I enjoyed that. Let me just catch up here with the chat. Chili's on thin ice. He lasted 10 minutes in the Little Brother Club. LOL. Stevie, please. No. For opinions, I'm JK Obsgur. Okay. Okay, well, you got anything to add, G-Bergs, about the plot that I missed?
Well, not really. You kind of got to the bus scene is important because that's him against 6 guys, and then he hurts this younger brother of a higher up in the Russian, I think, mob that they're in. Are they Russian?
I think it's Russian, but it's not clear.
Yeah, and I think it's Russian, and then that's really the whole reason for the third act is because of the bus scene. He beats up and almost kills the brother of this guy, and then this guy is very powerful, has a lot of henchmen. You don't really ever know why. I love these bad guys. They're just like beyond powerful, and you never really know why.
Yeah,
he's got so much money, and Bob Odenkirk burns it.
You assume it's like drugs. I guess you just assume it's drugs or something like that. But
and so there's a lot more fighting and shooting after the bus scene, but the bus scene is very cool too.
Mhm. But before that happens, he's trying to get the kitty cat bracelet. That's how it starts. So he finds the people that robbed him and goes to their house, but then he realizes they have a kid and he leaves them alone, basically. But he's still worked up, and he's like, and he couldn't find the kitty cat bracelet, but that comes back into it, of course. But he's on the bus and he's like, fucking just itching to beat the shit out of someone, basically. And then those drunk assholes come on the bus, and that's where we talked about how one of them were related to the mob or whatever. And now we're back to cut off to the plot. And that's basically it, is that they're coming back and forth with the mob and trying to get Bob Odenkirk and trying to kill his family or whatever. Hey Doug, what's your addy? I don't want to give that out here. I'll whisper it to you though, or ask me on Messenger. I'll tell you. I don't want to give it out on here. Just to be safe. Gonna get you one of these days. Chili, one of these days. You'll never find me. I'm off the grid. That's all. Just go off the grid, man. Fuck Zuck. Fuck Zuckerberg. Let's live on the streets and eat mangoes out of the can. Come on! Anyway, this movie. Yeah. But this movie wasn't terrible, but I just expected more, I guess, because of the hype was a big part of it. Because because everyone was
I
like,
think Dylan hyped it up too much.
yeah, I think Dylan hyped it up for me a little bit. But you know, he loved it, and that's allowed. And I liked it, but I didn't love it. Um, anyways, nobody. I'm running out of stuff to say about it, but I'm gonna look at Wikipedia. This movie was new, 2021. The budget was $16 million. It made its money back, so that's good. That people are going to movies again, I guess. That's good. 49.3 million box office return. That's decent. This movie made money, so good for it. Maybe it'll get a sequel. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if they did a sequel to this. Actually,
This movie deserves that.
people seem to really like it. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd watch it even. Like, I didn't hate this. I liked it. Oh yeah, RZA. The RZA's in this, and he's like talking to the RZA on a ham radio or transistor radio, one of those types of radios probably, and you know, you don't see his face till the end, but as soon as you hear his voice, you're like, well, because you see him in the credits too, and you're like, that's got to be the RZA, and it is. But he's good in it, I think. As his his pal that ends up having to back him up, and they're like the army buddies. Bob Odenkirk, his character used to be work in the army, and he said he was an auditor, and they explain it, I think, but he was super feared, and he tells his kid, and he sort of gives the impression that he's a sort of timid guy now, and that his past wasn't that bad. Yeah, he was in the army, but he was just an auditor. He wasn't that bad. But now we find out that he's sort of a psycho. But this is sort of like an anti-hero. This is a whole genre now, like Death Wish, which I haven't actually seen, but this is kind of like that sort of. And there's a movie with Michael Caine where he's an old guy that is like sick of the crime in his neighborhood and starts killing people. There's lots of movies like this. Little
Geriatric Mass Murder.
Yeah, that's actually a cool movie though. I forget what it's called, but with Michael Caine as a anti-hero, or what do you call it? Vigilante? Either way, both work.
Chillin wants a rating already.
Oh yeah, he's been waiting for this. LOL, nobody. I don't know if we're there yet though. I'm still talking about it. You gotta wait patiently, Dylan. There's still 4 more movies to talk about. Well, and TV shows or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't have much more to say. But you can't rush art. You can't rush the review. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page to see if there's anything I missed real quick. Like I said, this is a pretty new movie. There's lots of blood. The effects are pretty good. The fighting's good. Like I said, realistic-ish. I mean, not super realistic. He probably wouldn't actually win those fights, but at least they show him getting the shit beat out of him, too, because that would happen.
Did you say
Go ahead.
Christopher Lloyd's in it?
Oh, fuck, yeah, we didn't even mention that, and I really liked his part in it, too. Because it starts off, you're like, oh, he's just like an old guy. Is he even gonna, like, say anything cool? Like, it's Christopher Lloyd. Like, he's gotta say something cool. But then he says cool stuff, and he does cool stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I want to ruin it, because that's near the end of the movie, but he does something fucking cool at the end. Near the end-ish, anyway. But yeah, no, Christopher Lloyd's in it, and his career must be doing better, because the last movie I saw him in was a really bad horror movie called Blood Lake, with him and Shannon Doherty, and it was about like killer lampreys, which is like a sea worm or eel kind of thing that aren't actually dangerous, and they're just really bad CGI worms killing people basically, and Christopher Lloyd's the mayor in it. I don't know. That's actually a really funny bad movie. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Maybe I would like to do that one another day. It's actually really funny. But nobody. This I think I am done now. Do you got anything else to say?
Not really. It's just a fun shoot 'em up, beat 'em up action movie.
Yeah, it's relatively fun. Let's go. What the fuck, says Dylan. Jaws. Okay, here we go. I don't know. This is what I'm feeling right now. Maybe too low, but I don't know. I think it's fair. 7 out of 10.
Too high too.
What did you give it? Same thing.
Almost.
I didn't see 7.2. Is that what you said?
Right there.
7.5. Nice. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Those are pretty close. Yeah. Like it was all right. It was even good. I would say. Yeah. But it could have been better. I think I remember being really into John Wick when I saw it and being like, yeah, I want him to get to that guy who killed his dog or whatever. But yeah.
Big time.
Anyway, not bad.
I definitely like Keanu Reeves more than Bob Odenkirk, I must say.
Well, in this kind of role, I like Bob Odenkirk more in silly stuff, I think. Because he's good at that. But I didn't watch this movie too, Stevie. So okay, fair enough. I already gave it 7. G-Bergs gave it 7.5 out of 10. Here we go. That's it. I mean, that's not it. More movies, but that's it for that movie. Okay, what's next? The Mask. It's a classic. Oh, I didn't mean to click the Irish Stinger. We have to listen to it now. Okay. I accidentally pressed it, so we had to just listen to it. But no, this movie, The Mask, it's a classic. I'd seen it a bunch as a kid, but let's talk about the version that I watched the most as a kid. I didn't watch the full theatrical version as a kid the most. No, because we had the DVD that we got out of a cereal box of The Mask. Remember when cereal boxes were doing that? They were giving out.
We had that exact same copy, buddy.
They were giving out movies and they were giving out full CD-ROM games at one point, but the games were actually like the coolest. But the problem with the movie cuts, I don't know about all of them. This is the only one we got out of a cereal box, but they cut out some scenes out of it. They cut out the Tommy gun scene in The Mask when he turns the balloon animal into a Tommy gun. And they cut out the scene with Ben Stein when he's talking to Jim Carrey about masks and shit, when they're actually in a room together. There's a scene where he's on the TV in the beginning of the film, but I think that part is still on The Mask, on the Kellogg's version, as I'll call it, because that's what it says on the DVD, Kellogg's. I had it on VHS, I think. You probably had the actual version. But yeah, it's pretty funny. I just wanted to say that because I watched the actual version this time because it was on Tubi. So that was nice to see the scenes that I was missing out for so long. That's part of why I wanted to watch it again, because I hadn't seen the actual theatrical version for so long. And I had seen it before, but not it had been a long time. Anyways, I'll look it up on Wikipedia. You haven't said anything about The Mask. You have to have something to say about The Mask, G-Bergs.
Yes, starring Jim Carrey, playing a bank teller.
Yeah, I didn't say anything yet. Go ahead, sorry.
Something or other, and it starts off with the movie starts with some scuba divers uncovering a case, and there's a mask in there, and then the mask floats up to the top. It's a part of this garbage pile, and when Mr. Stanley Ipkiss, Jim Carrey's character, is driving a loaner car home and it breaks down, he has to walk on this bridge, and he thinks this mask and garbage is a person, so he runs down into the water, grabs the mask, and we have our movie.
Yeah, and the mask, what they say is that when you put it on, then you become your innermost desires. So like if in Stanley Ipkiss's or Jim Carrey's case in this movie, he's sort of a dumbstruck, hopeless romantic, like really nice guy, but
Yeah.
sort of a pushover. So he ends up being this sort of really smooth with the ladies, fast talking, really outlandish sort of character when he puts on the mask. But and that's the magic of it. And this movie would not work with anyone else, I think. And it's been proven with the son of the mask, I think. But even with Jim Carrey, I think that I don't know, it would have been better, but probably not that I like Jamie Kennedy. That just was not the right. He was not the right pick. He was not the right pick for that. As well as it was just
Bad experiment.
just this everything about that movie was a bad idea. I haven't actually seen it, but I've seen a lot of like mini docs about it on YouTube and stuff and reviews because I'm interested in it, but I don't know if I think maybe I will watch it eventually and do a review on it, but haven't gotten there yet.
Did you get what I said there? Bad experiment because the Jamie Kennedy experiment.
Okay. I that went through my head, but yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, thanks for clarifying. Yes, the Jamie Kennedy experiment was a show that I didn't even know about until a little while ago, actually. But yeah, it was like a hidden camera prank show that Jamie Kennedy was on. We're really getting off topic now because we're talking about the son of the mask and Jamie Kennedy. But anyways, the mask, like you said, Jim Carrey is a banker and he's sort of down on his luck, but then he gets the mask and things start going his way, sort of. And the mask isn't really he's not a hero, he's not a superhero, but he does have superpowers. He's basically like a cartoon. He can like fall from a building and be flat and then be okay and stuff like that, which is cool. And the CGI in this, it could say it's dated, but I think it still works because it's supposed to be cartoony. Like, he is a live action cartoon character, and that's sort of, it works to its benefit, I think. And Cameron Diaz is in this movie. I like the dog. Like the dog. Oh yeah, the dog in the mask, of course. But what's his fucking name? Milo?
Little Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah, that was like the dog of the 90s. It was the dog. There's something that I forget what it's on, but then there was a Frasier and this movie. And then there was something else, like I said. But there was a few things in the 90s. They liked this particular breed of dog in the 90s a lot. And honestly, I think they must have been like easiest to train or one of the easier ones to train. Because this dog's doing some shit, like some cool shit, like impressive dog stuff. Like opening car doors and grabbing cheese and with their mouth and just holding it, and pretty impressive stuff. Is Wishbone a Russell Terrier? I thought a Wishbone too, but I thought they were a little different. Is Wishbone like the one like has a thing over its eye? Maybe it is the same kind of dog. But they're similar looking, if not the same. But the mask, I opened up the Wikipedia here. Oh fuck, this isn't the right movie. This is just called Mask. This is a 1985 American biographical drama. That's not the same movie. We want fucking The Mask. Yeah, the comic, but we don't. I want the movie. Yes, the 1994 film. There's so many other things. You'd think it would be near the top, because, you know, this movie was popular. But yeah, 1994, the year of me and G Bergs, born the same year. Woo! Yeah, come on! But this made, holy fuck, this made money. $351 million. So I'll talk just a bit about the behind the scenes shit. So Jim Carrey was I think originally gonna do a sequel to this, and that's why it was like The Mask 2. But then he didn't end up wanting to do it because of how badly Ace Ventura 2 went. Even though I think Ace Ventura 2 is actually better than the first one. Hot take, super hot take. But I know, but I actually think it is better. there's more. I don't know. There's more to look at in it. They go around. I like the plot more in the second one too. But anyway, I don't know. I think it's underrated. But that's not what we're talking about. That's why he didn't want to do the second Mask, and why it was delayed so long, partially too, I think, and eventually got turned into the Jamie Kennedy movie that we know today. Um, but yeah, I'll talk about the comic a little bit. I don't know much about it because I never read the comic, but I know about it a little bit. The comic was super dark and bloody and gory and stuff, and then this was sort of like a theme of like what people did, I guess. I don't know if this happens much today, maybe still, but you take a really dark, gritty, and maybe even gory comic book, and then you turn it into a kids movie or franchise, and that's what they sort of did with this, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for another example, but yeah, apparently it was super gory, and Stanley Ipkiss is not even the main character in the comics. The cop character is the main character in the movie, or the cop character is the Mask in the comics. But I wonder why they did that. Maybe because Jim Carrey would make a weird cop. He doesn't really look like a cop. But that's just me thinking about it. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's just see. Yeah, like I said, did I say the budget? Not a huge budget, but kind of relatively big, but not compared to some. $18 to $23 million budget, and $351 million on the box office return. I don't know if I said that already, but said it again if not. Oh my goodness. Other media. I'm curious about the video game. What video game? There's a Super Nintendo Mask game. I wonder if it's probably shitty. Let's be honest. But you never know. Sometimes every once in a while, one of those movie adaptations is half decent, but usually they are bad. Anyway, yeah, we talked about the basic plot. Cameron Diaz is hot. She's in it. And there's sort of like two love interests. There's her, and then there's the redhead reporter lady. And they do the flip the script. I'm not gonna ruin it, but you don't really know which one of these ladies, or if any of them. Let's leave it even more open ended in case you haven't seen the movie. Which one of these ladies that Stanley Ipkiss is gonna get with? But yeah, what's her name? Cameron Diaz is. Let's talk about the club. She sings at the Coco Bongo Club, which is fucking funny to say. And
oh yeah,
I wish clubs looked like this. You know,
Me too.
I really wish clubs were actually like this. And that they were called things like that. Coco.
This movie looks great, honestly. Just all around.
Oh, it looks dope. Yeah, like Edge City, they have it's sort of like a Gotham, like New York kind of like city. Spoiler, Doggy gets both bitches. For a second I thought you said broth bitches and I was confused. But now I get you. Rhinoceros butthole. Oh, rhino butt. LOL, rhino means nose. Rhinoplasty, right. That's how I know.
Excuse me.
It's okay. Wait, I missed a bunch of shit. I should probably go back up. He does stuff I can't do. Wishbone is not a bull terrier. He's a Jack Russell Terrier. Okay, is that what the other dogs are though?
They're all Jack Russell Terriers.
Okay, so I was just wrong. Wishbone is that. Okay. Well, then I was just wrong. That's okay. Mask is a Cher movie. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not The Mask. They're definitely not the same though. Glad you guys popped out. Hey. Ace Ventura 1 is very bad because reasons. 2 has the one where he crawls out of the rhino butt. Yeah, it is the one where he crawls out the rhino butt. Yes, it is. Rhino means nose. Yes, this is true. We addressed this. Rhinoceros butthole. Very probably awful. Spoiler. I already read that. The 90s was a strange time. Indeed. Broth bitches. No. Spuds McKenzie is a bull terrier. Oh, Spuds McKenzie. Which one is that? Did you talk about getting a Mask DVD in a box of Kellogg cereal? Yeah. That had some offensive scenes removed. Yeah, I talked about the scenes that got removed. I definitely talked about it. I opened with that, actually. A female bull terrier named a human man. Her name is Honey Tree Evil Eye. But the Bud Light dog... Oh, right! Right.
Or like Don Cherry's dog.
Oh, he also had a Jack Russell Terrier?
Yeah.
So many dogs. Okay, The Mask. This is a classic. I kind of just want to rewatch it. I remembered like a lot about it, and like obviously I knew it was gonna happen, but it's one of those movies you watch a lot as a kid. Probably I did. I think G Bergs did too.
Oh yeah.
It's a classic.
Love Jim Carrey.
I think I'm running out of stuff, but you haven't said that much about it. Do you want to add more?
We didn't say a ton about the plot yet. Like the first people he pisses off with the mask on is his landlord, which is just a great idea. It's like that's what everybody wants.
Well, yeah, and she was being bitchy in the beginning. To him,
right?
When he came in, like, yeah, fucking nobody. Well, she didn't swear, but you know what I mean. Dylan, sorry, what are you gonna say?
Sorry, I was gonna say. Then he goes to and he fucks up the garage that had given him the shitty loaner, and he sticks an exhaust pipe up one of the dude's asses, and then I don't know if you caught it, but
I don't think I realized that.
When they're pulling one of the dudes out on the gurney, and one of the cops yells, "We need a proctologist!"
Oh
Dad,
no, yeah,
best one in the city.
I definitely remember that line, so I figured there was something to do with their asses. But
I was thinking, call Dr. Booty Quiver.
Yeah, no. As soon as I heard that line, I was like, As soon as I heard that, I was like, proctologist. People keep telling me I'm an unlicensed proctologist, which I guess is true, but not. I mean, I'm not even an unlicensed proctologist, really. I don't really know anything about butt doctory, but we can just pretend.
Exactly.
Somebody suck me. Dylan is referencing, I don't know if this is actually a viral video, but they showed Dave with, Lil Dicky. You've seen that show? Yeah, it's super funny. And he does a thing where he wears like the zoot suit from The Mask, and he just says, "Somebody suck me," like somebody stop me in The Mask, and it's super stupid, but they even make fun of it. Like, what does it even mean? Like, is it a satire? Like, is like, I don't know. Is the zoot suit has something to do with it? It's funny though. Let's just do it. But it's good, that show too. But somebody suck me. You're a loser, Ipkiss. Yeah, that's right. That's what something like what the landlady said. And
then he robs a bank. Like he does all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, and he robs a bank because he needs money to get in the bank, and that's a classic scene where he's going in.
He robs the bank he works at.
Oh, something that I noticed this time watching. I never noticed this before. And I thought about it, and I was like, that doesn't make sense, but it's not that big of a deal. But this is a nitpick, keep in mind. They show later on, because yes, he robbed that bank, and they show a newspaper later of him on the cover, like he posed for this photo as he's robbing out the bank. But it could have been the security cameras, but if it was the security cameras, then the image would be super pixelated, and it was super clear. So I don't know. That was one thing that I was like, that doesn't make sense. But whatever, it's a comic book.
It's like a cartoon.
It was a very, very minor nitpick, but I just wanted to mention it because I noticed that. His own bank, what a dummy. Yeah, it is kind of dumb, but it's also funny. There's lots of funny bits in it. But yeah, no, that leads to a funny scene after he robs the bank. When he has all the money, he's trying to get into the club. Well, he gets in the club because he shoots the money everywhere. And the guy asks, he's like, "Are you on the list?" He's like, "No, but my friends are. I think you might know them, Washington and Jackson, or Mr. Jackson, or whatever he said." And he shoots them all. That's a class. Just his delivery is so good. His comedic timing.
Jackson.
Yeah, I can see how some people would maybe think Jim Carrey's annoying sometimes, but I don't know. I love him, and I think his delivery is gold. Redeem Smoke Hoot, nice. We've been redeeming the hoots today. Like in Sugar and Spice, Magic Mask Magic. That's right. Never forget. Might be Jim's best flick. Oof, that's that's hard to say for me because I like a lot of his films. Anyway, Hoot. Where's the Hoot stick? I need that. Here we go. This one goes out to Weed. Oh, G-Bergs did it. G-Bergs redeemed it. But it's real. I think it's real. I hope it's real. Unless it's just a mirage. I think it's real.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah, no, it happened. I'm... I need some water. Fluid drink.
Woo!
All right, yeah, we're gonna be talking for like 4 hours, guys. I hope because we still have 3 more movies to go. I just want to keep them. I hope we're in it for the long haul tonight. Anyways, thanks for watching, folks. The Mask. You got more to add, Mr. G-Bergs?
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but just the performances are good. You know, Jim Carrey and his little sidekick buddy at the bank, and
by the way, what's that? Who is that guy? Is that?
I have no idea.
Cause he's great, but like, is he in anything else?
I don't know.
Like, that's not Phil Hartman, is it? That's a different person. Yes.
Phil Hartman's in like Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, I got their faces mixed up in my brain for some reason. I'm crazy. Might be the reason.
Put that cookie down.
Put that cookie down. That's another movie. I think it's actually underrated too. People hate on it. It's dumb, but I enjoy watching it.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia and like Turbo Man and Sinbad. Anyway, what was I gonna do? I was trying to look up who that guy is, but Peter Green. No, he's the villain, Dorian. That's who Peter Green.
He's great.
Yeah, he's good. And he ends up becoming the Mask too, sort of. Before Jim Carrey was cast, Matthew Broderick, Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, Martin Short, Keanu Reeves, Mike Myers, John Ritter, and Robin Williams were all considered instead of Jim Carrey. Out of those, the best would have been Robin Williams, I think.
That's what I was thinking too.
Or Rick Moranis.
Maybe Mike Myers would have done something interesting.
Steve Martin, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Martin Short would have been bad, I think. Matthew Broderick's not right. But, I don't even know who John Ritter is. He's in stuff though. Whatever, it's not that important.
John Ritter is from Three's Company and other stuff.
Yeah, I never watched that show. But, whatever. Cameron Diaz is in it, and she's hot. I've said that more than once. But that's okay, because it's true. What? John Ritter, amateur, because I don't... Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know everything about every actor in every show. I'm sorry. It's just impossible.
John Ritter in his prime would have been good.
his physical comedy is golden. I mean, maybe he would have been good. Like I said, I just don't know him that well. But yeah, no, I think they picked the right guy though. Jim Carrey does an excellent job in this film. I think we're in agreement there. It's movie's good. I think I'm done. If you're done, if you got anything else to say.
I am too. We could rate this one.
Yeah,
for sure.
let's go. It's a classic. I think I know what I want to do too. I'm going relatively high, but yeah, not crazy high. Eight out of 10. I feel like that's fair. It's a good movie. 6.9. Oof. Fair enough, though. To each their own. I like this movie, though. It's a classic. And I think it holds up pretty decently. And the Tommy gun scene, it's worth, and the Ben Stein scene, they're necessary to be in there. I'm glad I watched the full version and not the Kellogg's version. This time around. Anyway,
Sorry.
That's right.
I missed your scorecard. What did you give it?
Oh, 8 out of 10. I give you the same as you.
Right on.
There you go. That seems about right. Seems about right for it. All right. Where are we at? Idiocracy. Let's go. And then the last two will be Stevie talk, and I'm assuming Stevie also wants to talk about Encino Man and Rock-a-Doodle.
I've had to tell this plot 1,000 times to people. If you want somebody to tell this plot,
please go.
Okay, is everyone ready? Fasten your seatbelts.
Yeah, I like this movie, but yeah, go ahead.
Luke Wilson is your very, very average Joe. His name is even Joe, and he ends up working for the Army as a clerk who sits on his ass all day watching TV. So
yeah,
the barracks he works, the barracks he works at is doing experiments, and they volunteer him for an experiment in a hyperbolic chamber where you will be kept in your current state for as long a duration as you want. So they set them for a year just as an experiment, as I said. They used Luke Wilson and Maya Rudolph, who is a street-walking
she's
pimp.
A prostitute.
Yeah, she's a prostitute, and she answers to a pimp named Upgrade. And
Tell how it's spelled. Say how it's spelled.
It's spelled, I believe it's spelled UPGRAYD. Is that why?
It's like YYYYYDE. It was like four.
Y.
There was like four Y's. It was funny, but yeah, that's fair. Close enough.
And when they're about to do the experiment, she's like, "Oh hell no! He didn't tell me about getting in some Upgrade didn't tell me about getting in some tricked out army coffin." And there's lots of funny quotable lines, but
yeah, it's excellent with the lines.
Their barracks leader gets busted for hanging out with Upgrade too much and enjoying the pimp game too much, and their barracks get shut down.
While they're still in the hibernation, him and Maya Rudolph are still in the hibernation pods.
That's right. So then, instead of a year going by, 500 years goes by. And by then, society has declined so much because of technology advancing that everybody's become stupid, and average Joe is now the smartest in the world.
Yeah.
And he's in a garbage dump, and they're having a very bad garbage problem. And he crashes into Dax Shepard's apartment.
Our apartment, whatever, yeah.
And interrupts his life, and then Dax Shepard ends up being a lawyer, a public defendant.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
No, yeah, it's funny. They set it up all really nicely. Yeah, he crashes into his house, and then later on gets arrested for like not having a barcode or something. Yeah, everybody's stupid in this world. Justin
Just
Long.
he goes to the doctor, and the doctor says he's unscannable.
Yeah,
Because he doesn't have a...
Justin Long is the doctor, and he's super funny.
So good.
And it's really dumb.
How's it hanging, SA?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really silly, but and like a lot of the dumb characters use the like words faggy and retard a lot, and you know that's not super savory, but that's sort of the point, I think, is part of it. This movie's smart because like these are the dumb people that are now in charge, and that's how they talked, so it makes
and
sense.
At the time it was 2005, 2006, that kind of talk was still pretty heavy.
Exactly.
Pop culture and everything else.
I just wanted to mention it, but yeah, I missed some of the talk here. All Stein all the time for when we were talking about the mask. I fucking love Idiocracy. Do you know enough about it that you want to get in on the Discord? You're allowed to. If you don't want to and you're not comfortable, that's okay, but I thought I'd extend an invite anyway. Mike Judge time. Who's advancing the tech if everyone is stupid though? Well, this is my theory that the tech they advanced it like it was like in the middle of it, because like this is quite a large span of time. So it's from 2005 or 6 is when Luke Wilson's in the pod, and then he comes out in 2500. So they could have made the shit like in between, like 2000, in the middle somehow, and then they just like keep it. That's a good question though.
I think they peaked somewhere.
You could keep going into it and be like, how do they keep maintaining the machinery and stuff? And like there's the funny, when he go into the hospital and going to the doctor now is you just like stick things in your mouth and your butt. You like stick this one in your mouth, stick this one in your ear, and this one in your butt, and like, oh wait, no, it's this one, and then he switches them all around. And like, okay, but then which one was the one that was in his butt? That was.
And then we learned a great fact, which is that when he runs to the water fountain to rinse out his mouth, fucking Gatorade is coming out of the water fountain.
Essentially Gatorade, yes. It's technically Brondo in this universe. But he even says it tastes like Gatorade, so obviously they couldn't like get the rights to using their logo or something, but they could say Gatorade.
They probably just didn't want to pay them, so...
Yeah, I feel like you can get away with just saying a product without paying them or whatever. But what? Mike Judge time. Oh yeah, no, I already read that. I haven't watched this recently, but I do remember the man standing up for artards, saying his first wife was or something. Yeah.
That's Justin Long. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forget which character was that, but I do remember that. Yeah, Justin Long. He said I believe that. It's got electrolytes. Plants crave electrolytes. Yeah, it's funny
because one of the doctor's diagnoses is that Luke Wilson's shit is all retarded. That was part of it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then when Luke Wilson's freaking out, he's like, "Don't worry, Skrull. There's plenty of tards out there living really kick-ass lives. My first wife was tarded. She's a pilot now."
Yeah, that was the line. I remember that. And I didn't laugh at all those jokes, but I laughed at some of them because it's still funny, honestly. So when it's done tastefully, and it is in this, I think. I mean, it's tasteful is debatable, but they're making fun of stupid people. That's the point. Camacho. Let's talk about
showing how stupid a doctor could be. Like, this doctor's really stupid.
Yeah, everyone is just stupid. It's hilarious. Camacho. And people are
Camacho.
It's crazy how close this has become to reality. Obviously, it's not. There's a lot of things that are still exaggerated, but that was the point of the movie. But a lot of things people were saying, like, it's closer than it should be to reality. But like even Mike Judge has said that I didn't think I was making a fucking documentary. And so he sort of like he says he sort of regrets making this movie a little bit, or that he's not as proud of it anyway as he's proud of Office Space. He's a little ashamed of what's happened to the world, and he thinks that he's maybe to blame. But I don't know. I think he's definitely reading too much into it. I think it's just a good, fun movie, and I think he made a really good movie. But the CGI, I'll just talk about. It's not good, but this movie was super low budget for what they were trying to accomplish. And Robert Rodriguez even for free because Mike Judge went to him and was like, needs them help getting some of these special effects shots done. Robert Rodriguez just did them for free because they're buddies. So that made me like Robert Rodriguez even a little more. And I never hated him, but some of his movies aren't great, but Spy Kids is pretty cool. Anyway, Camacho, or is that how you say it? Camacho. That's right. Camacho. He is Terry Crews, the president, and he's pretty funny. And they say he's like sort of like the smartest guy other than Luke Wilson, because they're like, you're even smarter than Camacho, than President Camacho.
And he's a pro wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's funny. But he's
like The Rock with shoulder length hair.
Yeah, no, basically. He does seem slightly more mentally put together than like the average citizen in this future.
Yeah.
So that part's believable. Maybe he would have been president. This Camacho.
And he's got easy access to fully automatic firearms.
Yes, and as you would. Yeah, and I like when they're having a town meeting or whatever it is, everybody's talking. I guess it wouldn't be a town meeting, but you know what I mean. A council or whatever. Everyone's talking too loud. He's like, and he just like shoots in the air. He's like, shut up.
Guess what I thought.
Yeah, I guess that's exactly it. Yeah, that got me. Yeah, Rudolph is good in this. They're trying to end the stigma instead of banishing a word. That's right. I get what you're saying. I love it. He doesn't have that kind of power, LOL. I forget what we were talking about there. Judge is friends with all the cool people. Yeah, my connection is really wonky tonight. Mine's not doing great, but right now it's playing. Sorry, you were gonna say something?
I was gonna say one thing about the CGI because I agree it doesn't look great.
It's not great.
I feel like when you're in a dumb movie like this and then the CGI is dumb, you're like, okay, well, like it's a dumb movie, CGI is dumb, kind of go hand in hand.
You can suspend your disbelief just enough, I think. It's definitely not gonna win the CGI's not gonna win prizes. But no, let's talk about just the release of this movie too, because this was in the works for a while, I guess, because after Office Space was a success on home video, but not in the theater. They were like, okay, it made money, let's give Mike Judge some more money and they gave him like only $10 million or something like this. Maybe Wikipedia. Let's look it up on Wikipedia. But they gave him like something like that to make this movie. And they had, like I said, all these financial problems, and they had to even go to Robert Rodriguez, and the studio didn't like the movie, and they put no marketing into it, because they were like, oh, why put marketing into it? It'll just go big on video, like Office Space did, was sort of the mentality of the studio, I think, anyway.
I guess the studio kind of, like, really tried to edit it too and tried to water it down as much as possible too, but
yeah, I think that's correct too, but I think what the cut we got is good, and it's now becoming this cult sort of classic, and debatably even more than a cult classic, maybe an actual classic. You could even, it's like getting a real following. People love this movie. And I can see why, like, because it's good satire. It like little things like every different profession or every business now just has added hand jobs or sexual favors as a part of the business now in the future. Was a funny thing. Like H&R Block, it's like adult tax returns and like that's just funny. And every business, and like something like KFC but not KFC, like get a free bucket of chicken with the blowjob or whatever it was, something like that. It's funny though.
Oh man, I could go for a Starbucks right now. Yeah, we really don't have time for a hand job.
Yeah, then you're like, what? Because you're like, what does that mean? And then it comes back into it, and then they show Starbucks is mainly known for giving blowjobs or whatever, sexual favors.
I gotta go get a latte.
Yeah, but this is a good movie. Bad. That's like the only really the only things that I've said negative about it are the words, which isn't that bad. The saying the retard or whatever, which whatever. We've already talked about that. And the fact that CGI, that's the only real bad, the negative, even my mildly negative things about it, in my opinion. Like, it's pretty solid. It's not too long. Nice run time. Like, 90 or so minutes, maybe a little longer. But, is Idiocracy... Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's something like that, the runtime, yeah.
So, yeah, what was I going to say? Idiocracy... Fuck, I forget what I was going to say. But I looked it up on Wikipedia though here. It's 80. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up the runtime. It's 84 minutes. So
not even 90.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice and clean. Slightly longer than Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang's only 81 minutes. But yeah, I have all the specs and facts about Pootie Tang. You better believe it. But what this movie make for money? I guess it didn't make much money box office wise, but I think it has made money over time. But the budget was way less than 10 million. It was only like 2 or 4 million. So that's a low budget movie kind, especially with the decent names that are involved, like Dax Shepard, Terry Crews, Luke Wilson, Maya Rudolph. I guess this was before they were all like better known than they were then, I guess, you know what I mean? But yeah, this movie's good. That's a low budget though. But yeah, it's 500 years in the future, basically, from when the movie was made, from 2005 to 2505, to that year. But yeah, another funny thing is he ends up in prison, Luke Wilson, but he's doing an altitude test or an IQ test, aptitude, not altitude, aptitude test, IQ test, whatever you want to call it. And it's like super easy, just like basic addition questions. It's the simplest test, and he, I guess, aces it obviously because it's easy. But then he becomes the smartest person in the world and becomes Secretary of what? I forget. Of
Secretary of
Interior, right? And he's like, I don't even know what that means. But he's like, well, figure it out. You're the smartest guy that exists. That was kind of funny. And
Secretary Nush.
Secretary. Oh yeah, because his name is Not Sure, right? Because another funny thing about this movie is all these robots. The technology has become stupid too. It seems. So he's trying to get it to put his correct name into the barcode that they're putting on his skin, and he said, it ends up being Not Sure because he says he's not sure, but it's just a big whole misunderstanding basically with the machine. But yeah, this movie's good. But another thing I want to say is that there's inconsistency, sort of, I guess, but it's not that bad. There's things that just don't make sense. But I don't know. I had one in my mind, I swear. But there's just like little minor things that don't really matter that much. Oh yeah, this is like the one thing actually. But again, pretty minor. They're in these pods, Luke Wilson and Maya Rudolph. That's how they end up in 2,555, and they show that they're like hooked up to IVs or whatever. So wouldn't they have run out of juice? Because they're only supposed to be in there for a year, and they end up being in there 500 years. So I don't think they would actually have the enough nutrients to keep them going. I know they're in like suspended animation or whatever, but the way that the system was hooked up, it looked like they needed, like they had like an IV and shit. But nitpick. You got anything to say about that, G-Bergs?
Yeah, I never really gave it too much thought, Doug, honestly.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to nitpick shit and trying to
and that's fair.
Find little things about it. It's Citizen Kane. It's basically Citizen Kane. Like, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, and the butts. Yeah, everybody thinks butts are hilarious, and like the number one rated show is Ow My Balls, just a guy getting hit in the balls in a bunch of different ways. And the number one movie is was it just called Ass? And it's just an ass
Yeah.
farting. And apparently when they were filming that scene, the people they thought that they had to have to like tell them to laugh, like the people, like to try to get them to laugh, but they just showed them the farting movie and the people were just laughing naturally. And he's like, we don't have to make this movie, it already happened, is apparently what Mike Judge said when they were filming that scene.
I bet the absurdity of it all would just get people laughing. I mean, for
honestly,
sure. A room full of people watching someone fart, like, and a bare ass.
Yeah, and also other people laughing helps too, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Jetsons gone horribly wrong. The system worked better than it was designed to. Don't believe everything you hear in the dialogue. Fair enough. Gross. Don't nitpick shit. Okay, Dr. Butt. It's me. I'm the nitpicker. I'll nitpick the butts and I'll nitpick the movies. I'm just kidding. Okay, well, it's half kidding.
How did they piss and shit, Doug, the whole time? Like, do they have catheters too?
Maybe they just...
And poopy bags? Like, where do the poopy bags go to?
Maybe they just don't have to poop because they're not eating and the machine makes them not have to do it. I don't know. I'm just trying to fill in the blanks, but yeah, no, it doesn't really make sense.
It's movie magic.
Movie magic, and nitpick, whatever. It's still a good movie, undeniably. Yeah, but I laughed hard throughout, so that gives big ups for me. Like, it's actually funny.
Oh yeah.
I'm running out of stuff to say. Well, you got anything else?
The sets look good. Like, they got some Dusty City sets, and like they got some fake automated machines that look okay.
Yeah, it looks.
They got
good.
all these tiny smart car looking cars, and
everything looks good other than the CGI. Really, I would say.
Right. Like all the practical stuff looks good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and another one of the little. Hello? Did someone else come in or come? Stevie. Hello. Stevie in the house.
Hello.
Hello, what up, what up? You joining it? Well, you might as well, because you know a little bit about this movie. You want to add anything?
No, I'm just here for the beginning of the next one instead of making you wait for me.
Okay, this works. Okay, what I was going to say, though, about Idiocracy, the technology being dumb, another funny thing, they just have, like, a cleaning robot hitting the floor and going back and forth, and the floor is clean, smash, floor is clean, and just no one cares enough in this future to do anything about it. I appreciate that. It's Citizen Kane, 10.6 Stevies. Well, we already got your rating. I am running out of stuff to say about it, actually.
It's an excellent film.
It's really good. G-Bergs, do you have anything else that you want to add to it?
I always talk about the actors' performances, right? Like Luke Wilson is kind of giving us his best Keanu Reeves. Like, what is this? What's going on?
And his brother comes out a lot. Well, that they're brothers, so that's just how it is. But yeah,
true.
Like they have similar voices.
Maya Rudolph is so fucking good in this movie. She plays like this cunning prostitute who starts working this John right as soon as she gets in the...
because she realizes how stupid people are, and then she just keeps on stringing that guy along. It's so funny. And the way...
And that actor that... Like, all the actors that play all the stupid people just nail it. Like, they all deserve a little more credit, you know? They really sold that really dumb future. Like, the cops he keeps talking to, like, when he's in the car and he keeps saying, what? And just macing him in the face. What?
Yeah.
What?
It's like, fuck, it would suck to live in this future, but it's so fun. And you're, like, feeling for Luke Wilson the whole time. Because what a wacky future. Truly.
Big time.
But yeah, it's funny. From the beginning to the end. You know, I was like steady laughs.
Terry Crews is just phenomenal in this role.
He always sort of steals the show. Not always, but almost always steals the show.
This movie is definitely true for that.
Yeah.
And I feel like this movie got him a lot of other roles. Even though other people didn't see it, like everyone in Hollywood, I think, saw this movie.
And he has like that beefy body type that people want to see for certain characters. So he's just castable. That's another reason for that. And the thing he can make his nipples move, his pecs. That was why I think he started to get famous was with the commercials. He was doing that in Old Spice commercials or something like that, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. But that's what I think.
Yeah.
But if we got... Oh, yeah. Brondo, the thirst mutilator, is... We didn't say that it mutilates thirst. That's what it's... That's the tagline.
Like that energy he brings to those Old Spice commercials, like that's probably what they were looking for in this movie too, you know?
Yeah, totally. Because I think I've seen like one or two of those commercials, and he's sort of like, yeah, kind of like that. So that makes sense. That would make sense anyway. Like we both say, we're not sure, but a lot of this is just like assuming.
Secretary, not sure.
Yeah, exactly. Secretary, not sure. Yeah, that's Luke Wilson's character. And yeah, I guess we don't want to ruin the ending or anything. So I think, unless you have anything, and if Stevie has anything that you want to add,
there's a famine going on, and Luke Wilson has to save the day. That's the last selling point.
Oh right, and rehabilitation in this means something completely different. It's like you have to go into a monster truck fight, and they give you a really shitty monster truck, and they give
with a big dildo on it.
Other people really big monster trucks with drills on them. Yeah, and Luke Wilson's had a purple dildo on it. It was funny. Yeah, movie's good. Let's go. Well, I think I know where I want to go with this. Are we rating it, everybody?
We are.
Okay.
I already rated it.
Yeah, this is true. Let's go. Oh, yeah, this feels right. It's good. 6.9? I thought you would have given it a little high. I really liked it. I thought it was quite funny throughout. But you know, still like it obviously. But I thought you were gonna go a little higher with it. That's a good score. It's a good movie. Yeah, I love it. Idiocracy's great. What up, Soap Dirty? By the way, hey, Terry Crews best route. Yo. But yeah, G-Bergs, why 6.9?
I love it. I've definitely got a special place in my heart for it, but I do recognize it's not the best movie ever.
But you gave it. It has some flaws, but you gave it the same rating as Pootie Tang. I noticed it's even for you. That's something.
That's what I mean. That's kind of my like guilty pleasure rating right there. Like.
Fair.
It's a movie some people might watch and go like, oh my god, what am I watching or whatever, you know.
I don't know. I think this is smarter than that. Like I think this is a technically better film than Pootie Tang, personally. Like I think it's actually kind of smart with the satire and stuff. But you know I
should have went higher probably. I haven't watched it in a while. Maybe
that's okay. No second guessing. The ratings are all relative and they change when you think about. I regret rating the Friends reunion 7.5. I think it should have been 7 or 6.5. But it's too late. We've done it.
No regrets.
No regrets. Keep moving. Pickle Man. I read your yo, but I didn't fucking realize it's Pickle Man. What's up, Pickle Man? My buddy. Hello, proud of this.
Pickle Man.
Pickle Man.
Pickle Man.
Got the pickle that you
with
need.
A big pickle.
Pickle
and
Man.
a rubber chicken too.
Pickle Man.
We are all Pickle Man.
Pickle Man. Alright, that was a good duet. Okay.
Absolutely.
Fuck. I just got an inappropriate with the world's largest rubber chicken. Sounds kind of hot. Is it weird if I say that? Fuck. Jealous.
Not at all.
Not at all. You get me. 7.5 you're giving to Idiocracy. I gave it 8.5 out of 10. Which, that's what I gave it. 8.5 out of 10. Idiocracy. Well, moving on. There's 2 more films still. I'm gonna have to plug
My
in my
face up
computer.
there.
Right. Thank you for the reminder. It does not hurt to give me a reminder. That's for sure. Thank you.
That's right.
We gotta make room for you first. There we go.
That's right. Move over, G-Bergs.
Get my fat head out of the way.
Move it on.
Yeah,
over.
Stevie's coming in.
I'm coming. out.
Me.
Get the tape. I might have to get new tape one of these days. Next time I might have to try to put I feel like, come on. There's enough love in you. Stick. Oh, I feel like it's gonna fall. We'll try to just.
I want magnets.
No, I'm gonna. It's gonna fall. I'm gonna grab more tape real quick.
I'm falling.
Oh, you did. Well, I put you down safely. I
This
think.
sucks. I
I
hate
know.
it.
Fuck. I know.
G-Bergs. Oh. Up a rope so I can climb.
I'm trying.
This
Okay.
floor has never been swept the entire time Doug's been living here.
My
This is
floor.
gross.
My floor. Well, how are you?
Yeah, pick me up. This sucks.
Oh, you're not on the floor. You're on a chair. It's okay.
Well, it still sucks.
I know. I'm working. I'm working on it. I'm sorry.
I want to be where the people are.
All that I have is duct tape. I know this. I'm sorry. I'm working on it.
Well, you know, I'm heavy duty. It's okay. I'm not hurt.
It's just this. Well, the green painter's tape isn't the best. That might be part of it. Let's try to really stick it.
Yeah, stick it. Stick it to me, Doug.
Oh yeah, that's there now.
Goofy.
Okay, back to business. Thank
That's
you
where
for
I belong. Yeah.
Hell yeah! Welcome to the party. Thank you for contributing 415 total to the hip hop hoodie clothing and chain dance challenge. You know what I mean. Thank you. Hello, proud and nasty.
There will be rap.
Oh yeah, that's right. If we get there, it'll be a big old rap. LMAO.
It's kind of an important detail.
Yeah, if I missed that, whoopsie daisy. That's your theme song, Mike. Our pickle thing we were singing. I'm here to review Rock-a-Doodle. Alright, Rock-a-Doodle, then we'll do next. And then we can end it on Encino Man? How's that sound?
Always in the juice.
I know, get that reference. Pauly Shore's character. Okay.
Rock-a-Doodle.
But yeah, that movie's later. First, this movie. This is Rock-a-Doodle. I'd never seen Rock-a-Doodle before, but I've heard of Rock-a-Doodle. I'm gonna try to say Rock-a-Doodle as many times as I can in this review, because it's fun.
I'm gonna say Chanticleer as much as I can.
Because it's fun to say, and yes, that's the main character's name. The rooster is Chanticleer, or the king, as he's later referred to. But Chanticleer. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't love this, but I kind of even maybe didn't like it, but I laughed aloud. I laughed aloud considerably more times than I did for In the Army Now, like hard, like hard a couple times at the end. I'll talk about my favorite parts, but first let's talk about the plot. I guess that's more important. So the plot is stupid. I'm gonna say it's stupid. The sun goes up every day because of this rooster. This is why the rooster makes it happen. It's not just science. The rooster sings.
Children's movie, Doug.
And it makes but it's just at least be factual for the kids. It could be a learning experience. Now kids are gonna be like, roosters make the sun go. If they watch this movie,
making fun of rural folk who are all isolated and don't know about the world and how it works.
They know this is a story, like a storybook.
No, yeah, I know I'm reading too deep into it, but I just wanted to mention that. I'm giving it a hard time. I know.
Oh, it deserves a hard time.
But no, that's the basic plot, and he gets kicked off the farm because they think that
The sun comes up
the
without
sun
him.
comes up without him. Thank you. And so he goes to the city and becomes Elvis, basically. And there's a lot of songs in this movie, and I don't like most of them, but I do like the ones where Glenn Campbell is the rooster. He's the rooster, right? At least for singing. Maybe for talking too, but he's definitely for singing. Glenn Campbell. But I like his songs.
Yeah, my mom even liked this movie because of that.
What's that?
My mom even liked this movie because of that.
Because Glenn Campbell's in it, that's fair. And honestly,
Yeah.
Glenn Campbell is kind of cool. Like, even if you don't love his music, I watched a documentary about him that was pretty cool. Like, it was towards the end of his life. I think he's dead now, rest in peace. But it was like following his last tour ever. And he was like, I think they had to cancel it early, but he like did most of the shows and like decently. And like they showed his mind was going, but he could still just fucking slam the guitar till he, like, for most of his later life, which was pretty cool. That was like the one thing he could just fucking nail still. Which if you could pick one thing, yeah, pick fucking just slamming the guitar. I get that.
Talk before speak, absolutely.
Hell yeah. But Rock-a-Doodle, like I feel like I would have liked this as a kid, so I get for the nostalgia that people have for this. I definitely would have like it's impressive animation.
That's what it is for me.
I totally get it. I just didn't grow up with it, so I didn't really like it. But I don't know.
It's not a good movie.
Not technically, no. There's and like the kid who's the act is. Does anyone want to say
I
something?
fucking hate that kid. I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. He's old enough for me to hit him now.
Does someone want to explain how the kid gets into it and how he becomes a cartoon?
Fucking fairy magic.
Okay.
It seems like it.
Like Wizard of Oz fucking tornado bullshit.
Okay,
So I wonder what in reality actually happened. Did he like pass out on the floor from a fucking seizure or something? Because his whole family was out in a flood.
Yeah. And then because he wakes up and he's like
and he's in like a fever dream.
Yeah, because it was all in his mind, I guess. But yeah, how it starts. Well, how he starts to get into this cartoon.
And you were there.
Yeah, so
and you were there.
It's sort of like the Wizard of Oz, like that, yeah. But yeah, they're reading this book beforehand, him and his mom, and it has the Archduke, which the villains in this are owls, and that's the Archduke is the main owl, right? Or it's the Duke or the Archduke, something like that. He is the owl, the evil owl, and I like his I don't know who did the voice actor, who was the voice actor for him, but he was good. He was doing his best with the material for sure. But he was good, and he just shows up with like there's bad weather, so the cartoon owl shows up and they mix the live action scenes with the cartoon stuff, and
It's so bad.
Yeah. For that scenes they look better. When they do the blue screen later at the end of the movie with the kid on the farm, holy fuck.
God.
That made me laugh. That was one of the parts I laughed super hard. At the end I was like,
Oh dear.
He's like clearly just like float, and they're acting like he's next to this dog dancing or whatever. It's like, oh, he's not there. It's so funny. That made me laugh. But one of the other parts that made me laugh was near the end. One of the owls was like about to eat one of the piggies, and he was just like holding the pig and just like laughing in the pig's face. And just the way I'm describing it isn't that funny, but that scene really made me laugh. Just because he's like, oh, look at this piggy, and he's just, and obviously doesn't actually eat the piggy because that would maybe be a little harsh for a children's film. Well, there's some dark shit in some children's film, but this is not the darkest children's film I've seen. I would say. But it was, I don't know, it was like parts were fun, but there were more parts that I was just like, ugh, fuck off. But it was.
There's so many bad parts.
Yeah.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
Like, get to the meat of this?
Please.
Rock-a-Doodle has some amazing gags, some really brilliant jokes, some gorgeous animation.
Yeah, it looks
Right?
great.
It has these amazing moments that you think would make it a great movie, but the vehicle itself is a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, I'm just gonna read some chat because I've been behind a little bit. Give it to me,
Pickle
Pickle
Man's
Daddy.
just teasing me.
Posted a clip on Discord. Nice. But as Stevie did. But I'm only here to review Rock-a-Doodle. Today my sweetheart pointed out that I have a chicken kink. That's right. Makes sense. That's your theme song. Oh, I already read some of this, I think. Sorry, guys. What up? Hello, proud and nasty. I'm listening to Portuguese jazz. This is my video backdrop. Nice. I'm into that. Fuck yeah. Can you type everything being said, please? Stevie? Oh my goodness. I'm not a licensed transcriptionist. That's a good answer. I got you on auto host now too. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Shout out Captain Tractor. Shout out Proud and Nasty. Whoa.
That's song request, not shout out.
All right, we're close enough. But we're not doing song requests. It's Monday. Rock-a-Doodle. I tried.
Rock-a-Doodle. So you agree with my assessment, yeah?
That it's not that good.
Like a lot of really sparkly bits in
I agree.
a turd.
Yeah, like it looks great. Like someone said this before, and I agree with it. I forget who. It was a critic I watched online, and he's saying that Don Bluth in the '80s was super good, like renowned. Like think about it, The Secret of Nim, really good. There's another one that's really good. There's a few that are really good in the '90s. I mean in the '80s, and then in the '90s, things look like Pebble and the Penguin, and this movie sort of fall flat. And like Secret of Nim 2, which isn't good, I hear. But
I have no interest in seeking it out or anything.
yeah, no, fair enough. But I know a lot of people who like this movie though, so it was a good one to review. I think just to see what it was about.
Ooh.
Even though I kind of knew that it was gonna be bad, it was on Tubi, like you said, so why not? Maybe I'll watch.
Yeah, I warned you it would be bad, but I'm curious about who actually likes this movie and doesn't just watch it for those like 3 good jokes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I laughed about that many times. 3 times, I would say, is accurate. But I'm gonna look this up on Wikipedia. I haven't yet. Was this movie a failure financially? I don't know. Maybe. I feel like maybe not.
To me, at the time, to be quite successful.
Well, yeah,
But I was like 8 years old or whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah, it didn't do great. $18 million budget and 11.6 million box office return. So no, it didn't do great. It's possible that it made its money back since then, because that doesn't account for all the years, I don't think. But
but it's kind of fallen into the category of cult.
Oh,
and,
I think it for sure has.
This is so bad, you have to watch it.
Some
children's
people like
movies too. It's interesting to know what they opened against. If there was other children's animated movies coming out at that time, then families walking through a theater and they kind of have to like choose which one they want to go to.
There was usually like
I'll go to Land Before ×7 before I'll go to Rock-a-Doodle.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I love the Land Before Time series, too.
First one's the only good one.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many though. I think I liked all of them as a kid though, but I feel like two or three
this week.
I feel like 2 or 3 are maybe okay, but I'd have to watch them again. I hadn't watched them since a kid. Although I watched the first one not that long ago, just to be like, because it was on Netflix and I was like, fuck, it's been so long, let's go. And it holds up.
Like the
it holds up.
detail in the animation.
And it's so short.
Good.
You don't realize how short these movies are as a kid because they seem longer when you're a kid, I think. But then
they're very engaging.
The movie's only like 62 minutes, I think. It's like really short.
Dude's gonna bite your ass. This sucks. And then Spike's just all like derp derp derp.
Yeah. Good fucking shit. It's sad about how Ducky, the actor who, the little child who
Yeah.
voiced her got killed by her dad. Really sad. But good movie though. Always be remembered at least. But extremely sad. Way too young,
Yeah.
obviously. But let's.
Yeah, don't
Should
let
we
your
rate
kids
this
do
thing or
voice
what?
acting. Don't do it.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about any events. You gave the basic plot. He
No, we're
couldn't
not
get
done
it
here.
up one morning, so he had to leave town. What the fuck?
For Rock. We couldn't get up the sun. Yeah, when you said that. Couldn't get the sun up. Yeah. Rock-a-Doodle.
He failed as a cock.
He. Okay, yes, as a rooster, he didn't provide them with the satisfaction of the caw. Okay, but yeah, no, there's the character, this that's like well, there's the manager for when he's becoming Elvis, and then there's like the bird bimbo, for lack of a better term. What's her name? That's like with the love interest for
Skinny
Shanti.
one or the one with the tits?
The main love interest for
I don't remember. I
Shanti
think it's
Claire.
been a couple years since I watched
She's
this.
kind of annoying. I didn't like her voice, but
Birdie.
it fit the animation, the voice, but it is still kind of annoying. However, there was
The
one.
jarring.
There was one that did not. The voice didn't fit it for me. There was one character, the nephew of the Duke, the little bird that attacks. Just keeps trying to attack Chanticleer or whatever, or stop them from talking.
Chanticleer!
Chanticleer, but I don't. That guy's voice is too low. I feel like it should have been higher for that tiny character he was playing. That's just. It didn't feel quite right for me.
Maybe that was supposed to be a joke.
Maybe, but it didn't land for me. I think they just picked a voice actor they liked, probably, but you never know. I don't fucking know. We're all just speculating, right? We don't know shit. I pretend I'm Leonard Maltin, but I'm not. I'm just Doug.
Okay, Leonard.
Leonard Maltin, Gremlins 2.
I'm gonna call you Leonard now.
He's in the movie Gremlins 2 in a cameo. Anyway, Rock-a-Doodle, Pecker, Cock, as he's known for best, being in Gremlins 2. I tried. Right. S-Lux and Reaper, what up? Thanks for popping in, my friend. Thanks for shouting them out. Pecker. Oh yeah, and the woodpecker character is kind of.
Watch that one sometime.
There's a movie called Pecker.
John Waters.
Oh, sorry. Say one more time.
There is a movie called Pecker by John Waters.
Oh, that's a John Waters flick. Okay. Well,
of course it is. It's called Pecker.
Of course, maybe one day. But there was one thing that made me think of something else about this movie, because there's a woodpecker character in this movie, and I hated him. I hated him. He was mean. He was like misogynistic and.
Have you met a woodpecker?
Apparently not really. I mean, I'm not honestly never.
They're always trying to knock me up every morning, like right outside my window.
Really?
They're all like, "Hey, get up!"
So they're there. So that's accurate. Okay, fair enough. But no, I didn't like him. But there's lots of characters in this. And I like Glenn Campbell. Is he talking too? I wonder if he's just singing or talking. I feel like he's talking too, But I don't fucking know. I think it's starring Glenn Campbell. I feel like it is. It's him. It'll tell me in the cast, I bet. It'll say if it's just him. I think it's just him. It's Glenn Campbell. I'm going to say it. He did the talking and the singing. Boom, boom. But yeah, owls are evil in this. I don't like a lot of the songs. There's frogs or toads, perhaps, that are sort of like the bouncers for Chanticleer when he's Elvis, and they have a bad song that I don't like. And I'm sorry, I didn't really like that a lot. They feel out of place.
I'm not offended.
I thought you said like so that made me think maybe, but it seemed out of place.
No.
those
I
particular.
knew you would hate this,
I
but
know,
like
I
you
know.
have to see the funny bits
You're
because
right.
they're there, and you won't see them because it's a shitty movie, unless you watch a shitty movie.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
But
in a way, sorry, but also you're welcome.
no, it's okay. But you're welcome. Anyway, this movie was
Hey, Daddy.
I didn't hate. Hi, Daddy. Um, but let's rate it unless anybody unless there's more to talk about. I'm running out. Stevie, anything else?
God,
We didn't talk about like the cat child.
dog. I have to tell you about my parents' dog, right? His name is Chip. And I'm always making up nicknames for people, right? One of Chip's nicknames is Chipperdoodle.
Okay.
Think of this movie like often because I'm always like, "Hey, Chipperdoodle, how's it going?"
Okay. Do they say that in this? Oh, because it's similar to
No,
Rock-a-Doodle.
it's just a stupid Stevie brain thing,
Because it's like
right?
Rock-a-Doodle.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I get
"Oh,
it now."
here's my friend, my parents' dog, Chipperdoodle. Oh, Rock-a-Doodle is a movie. That's a really bad movie.
It's not.
To tell everyone to watch this really bad movie.
Yeah, I know how that goes though. With telling people to watch Pootie's Tang. Um, but
People to watch Instruments of Evil, maybe.
yeah, fuck. I don't know. I don't really. I kind of. It's hard. It's hard for me to watch it honestly. I watched it not that long ago.
Oh, me too.
Oh yeah, anyone involved with it, I think, fair enough. Unless you have a smaller role and you don't care about seeing yourself on camera, but I feel like a lot of people that like don't like to watch themselves.
It's freaky, not for me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fair. But yeah, no, I don't hate our movie, but I don't love it. Oh, I like Gremlins 2, and Gremlins 2 is cool. I like the way you said that. Um, Gremlins, na bat gremlins, and there's the lady gremlin, gremlin bats.
Yeah.
There's the spider gremlin. Yeah, that's why another super hot take, and people might get mad at me for this, but Gremlins 2, I like Gremlins 2 more than Gremlins 1 a little bit, just slightly. Although first is probably technically better. I like the multi-powered Gremlins. That might be a reason people don't like that. It's more fun. It's adding some zip to it. I like the
first one was more of a serious horror movie, kind of, with puppets, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the second one, the puppets got like cuter and goofier, right? So it appeals to children more.
People didn't like that.
I was afraid of Gizmo when I was a kid because he turns into gremlins.
That's fair. And it opens with Daffy Duck, which is kind of funny. But anyways, I think we're done. Unless G-Bergs has already rated it. And Stevie rated it 3.3.
Oh, what's your rating?
I'm going to do it right now. I didn't realize we were already there. Let's go.
My video shows, so
I'm sorry.
You'll have to tell me.
I'm 3. I'm going solid 3. Still liked it more than In the Army Now.
Gave it 3?
Yeah.
It's 3?
In the Army Man had 2. Yeah. I'm sorry. You only gave it 3.3
Yeah,
though.
that's really bad.
I thought you would give it more because it's like one of your faves. But fair enough. But you recognize that it's bad, so I get it. Really
the only good thing about In the Army Now is Tank Girl.
70.5, it's not 70.5, 7.5 all day. Proud and Nasty just says 7.5 for everything. Tank Girl, what did you say about Tank Girl? Sorry?
Oh, she's the only reason to watch In the Army Now. It's like, hey, it's Lori Petty in a tank again.
Yeah.
Yay.
There's that little bit of crossover.
I can't remember which one came first, but, in my mind, that character is also Tank Girl.
Which came first, chicken or the tank girl? Or, you know what I mean. Anyway. Agreed.
The chicken or the tank. Oh, God.
I only like
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. I only like the lipstick gremlin.
I'm in trouble now.
In Gremlins 2 and Gizmo. The rest smell bad. We're gonna make it through this. You know 2 is best because the lipstick scene. Yeah, we're on the same page, folks. Go 2. Go 2. Gremlins 2.
Yep.
Absolutely. Lipstick Gremlin is the Randy Watson on Gremlins. Boom, boom. I gave this 3 out of 10. It's not good, but if you like it, I'm not mad at you. Moving on.
Yeah. Right, we have one more.
Where's what? I know. This is. We're going so long here. We're almost at the 3 hour mark. We are at the 3 hour mark. Encino Man. This is what we're ending on. This has been, I think, the most requested movie for me, debatably. A lot of people have been like, you gotta fucking watch.
I almost gave that to you for your birthday, and then I didn't.
I was able to
you're
watch
like holding this thing in your hand.
Yeah, I was able to watch it in another way, so it worked out. But yeah, I finally got to watch this movie where I wasn't too tired to watch it, like the last time. But absolutely, that's right, because of the lipstick scene. Lipstick Gremlin is, I already read that, of Gremlins. Oh yeah, finally, yay. So yeah, Soap Dirty wanted this one too. See? Everybody wanted this one. Everybody
did it! Reason the juice.
Everybody
did it.
fucking wanted it. Here we fucking go. Let's talk about it. It's honestly, it's pretty funny. I still hate Pauly Shore, I think. But this movie works to spite Pauly Shore.
It's physical, man. Sexual chocolate.
And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed at a couple of Pauly Shore's lines, and the writing is just better in this than in The Army Now. And it doesn't focus on him being the main character. That's what it works. You got Brendan Fraser as sort of the focus, and Sean Ashton is good as the other guy.
Yeah.
I really like him. He's in a lot of stuff even now. I think he was in Goonies as well as this and Stranger Things. He's in other shit that I can't think of right now, but he's in lots of stuff. But if I could hear the lipstick gremlin throw a microphone down and yell sexual chocolate, my life would be complete. I think me too. That sounds like something that needs to be in my life. A Mysterium Bowl from the Mysterium era. Oh yeah, don't you ever watch Jeopardy? Because, yeah, apparently, and that's one thing that's sort of funny about this, is Pauly Shore's sort of a nerd in this, sort of, because he knows, he's sort of smart, although he's at the same time playing the dumb stoner.
Him and his buddy are the outcasts.
Yeah, and I guess, yeah, what was I gonna say about that? Because this is, maybe I'm looking too into this, but tell me what you think. Pauly Shore, they're acting like they're all uncool or whatever, but then they find this caveman in Sean Ashton's backyard. It's Brendan Fraser. He thaws out, and Pauly Shore sort of teaches him how to be cool. I guess they're just cool because he's hot, though. I guess maybe that's the point. But what I was trying to say,
that's a significant part of it.
Is that
it's Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But I was sort of why couldn't they have just done these cool things before and be cool? Is what I was gonna say. But I sort of answered my own question. It's because Brendan Fraser's hot.
Yeah.
And that's why it works. He's a hunk, and
this Pauly Shore doesn't teach him how to be cool. He teaches him how to be Pauly Shore.
Well, his idea of cool. No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're definitely,
okay, fair.
You're definitely right. But this movie reminded me a lot. It's not the same, but there's some similarities to Earth the Girls Are Easy, because you got instead of aliens, it's a caveman. And you got the scenes where they're sort of adapting to this foreign and unknown world, and so there's funny scenes.
Doug, you missed the most obvious connection.
What?
How do they find Link?
In the pool.
Digging a pool.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're both in the pool, so that's another thing. No, yeah, there's similarities. No, yeah, you're right. I didn't really put that together. That's a good point, though. Total 7 point. You just keep saying 7.5 for everything. I don't want to watch Biodome. I know I'm not gonna like it. I really don't want to watch
You don't have
Biodome.
to watch Biodome.
Thank God. Although I know Tenacious D is finally just like as a cameo in that movie, it's kind of funny. But so
It's not worth it.
yeah, I didn't think so. I don't want to. It looks so
We
bad.
should watch Airheads when we can.
I've seen it more than once actually. It's good. Um, yeah, maybe if it's streaming, maybe I'll pop it. I'm gonna watch like the DVDs you gave me. I'll try to, and there's some Dylan keeps giving me movies too. But his dad toured. Oh wait! What? Paul Shore is comedy royalty regardless. That's his shtick. His dad toured with Elvis. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I see. He was born into it, sort of. And his mom owns the biggest comedy club in the world. That explains.
Comedy Store.
That explains so much to me. That explains so much. That he had a little bit of a help probably from his
Nepotism.
a little bit of nepotism, a little help from the family probably. I'm guessing. With getting roles in movies. My friend went on a date with Pauly Shore and said he is Pauly Shore 100% of the time. Okay, I would believe that. No thanks. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch Biodome. I don't. You said that about fucking In the Army now. It's so good about that, and we know how I feel about that. So
Now, don't trust Soup Diddy.
I'm putting my foot down. I know I'm gonna hate it. Okay, Biodome is better than Airheads. No way is it better than Airheads.
No.
There's no
Not
fucking
a fucking
way.
chance.
Airheads, but and I own both. Soap Dirty, I don't agree. Biodome, but you're entitled to your opinion, but I don't agree. Biodome is great. That's a Proud and Nasty saying. I don't want to watch it though. Do you want to get banned tonight? You're on thin slice. In the Army Now isn't good, but Biodome is good. Maybe it's better than In the Army Now, but I feel like it's in a similar
You know what?
ballpark.
Soup Diddy Biodome
What? Sorry.
is worse than Son-in-Law. Son-in-Law is kind of charming, actually.
That's another one I've heard you mention before, I think, but I haven't seen. But
Son-in-Law, but Biodome is garbage.
Biodome is GG, says Soap Dirty. If you don't watch Biodome, I'll make you watch Son-in-Law, Dad. Well, we'll see. If you know what, if you guys are gonna be like this, maybe I'll put myself through the torture through you guys if it's available. But like always, if I can't watch it, I can't.
Love you, Doug.
If I can't watch it, I can't watch it. But I really don't want to watch Biodome. I'd probably prefer Son-in-Law because I know nothing about it. So I prefer that. If I knew nothing about Biodome, I would be more ready to just go into it, you know. But the fact that I know too much about Biodome, I know it's gonna suck. But yeah, maybe I will watch Son-in-Law.
Watch Pauly Shore is Dead. Don't do it.
Oh wait, is Son-in-Law not? Oh, that's the fucking trailer. Oh no, I don't want to watch that either. It looks bad with him going to being in Amish. It's like Amish Pauly Shore. Oh.
No, it's not Amish. It's
Is that
country.
Oh well, okay, maybe not Amish. Okay, but that sort of idea where simple life. Take a stupid party boy and put him in the city. But that's what I meant by that. Not Amish, technically, you're right. But no, I don't think now that I know what that is, I don't want to watch that one either. But let's back to the fucking subject on hand. We haven't really talked that much about this fucking movie.
Encino Man. Shut up, Soup Diddy.
Encino Man. You've been wanting this for so long, and you keep talking about other movies. Let's talk about Encino Man, the long-awaited. So yeah, Brendan Fraser is a caveman. His performance is excellent. I think it's hilarious.
He's so young. He's just a baby in that movie.
They handle
so cute.
Yeah, he's hot. He's a hot hunk. I could admit it as a straight white man.
Always hot. He's still hot today.
I think I agree. He's hot as that robot in Doom Patrol. Yeah, no, this movie is good. Honestly, I think it's generally good throughout. Like, I was laughing. And the idea is that they found this caveman and now they want to become popular. And something really that made me laugh and I liked about it, because you don't really expect it. The whole sort of the antagonist is this douchey guy that's sort of trying to figure out what the deal is with Brendan Fraser, why he's acting so weird. And he finds out that he's a caveman, and he tells everybody, and then everyone's just like, yeah! And I really liked that. Everyone was fine with it. That was a funny scene. That was done well. And
I love his sick burn, though. Like, I think it's near the beginning. You know, Robin wouldn't piss on your teeth if your gums were on fire.
Oh, right. I remember that. And
Such a good burn. I love it.
And I actually liked his response to it more. Even he was like, she might do that. You don't know. But yeah, no, that was funny. And yeah, I didn't really love the love interest though, because she just seems awful. Why does he like her so much? I don't know.
She's hot.
That's it though.
Because he's spending all his time with Pauly Shore.
And they had, like, I guess they had something going before, but then they don't now. Now she's dating that guy, but she just leave it. It doesn't seem, it was too forced. It seemed like they just like, we're gonna make them get together eventually, but it's not gonna make that much sense. But do you want them to? That's how I felt about that. But still minor.
The thing is, we don't even give a shit if he gets the girl. We're only here for Fraser.
Yeah, and then another point to that is that we think that maybe Brendan Fraser's gonna get the girl at that point, but
Brunette,
you kind of know that it's not gonna happen. Or at least I did. I felt it. But no, this movie's good though. And another good thing that I wanted to add about it is that they handle it, like, it's not gonna be perfect, but they handle the fact that Brendan Fraser is unfamiliar with his surroundings pretty well, better than I think the Earth Girls are easy.
I love it.
I think it's better than the Earth Girls are easy. Yes, different, but they're similar with the trying to adapt to the new surroundings. And I think they handle that a little better in this movie. Like the scenes where he's like dancing to the TV and stuff is good. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Well, G Bergs I feel like hasn't said anything for a while. What's up, G Bergs? What do you think about this movie?
It's just a fun one, man.
Yeah, you liked it too. Good. No.
Yeah, it's a good time. I saw it once in high school. My English/social studies teacher, when we were covering Neanderthals and shit, she made us watch this one. And she was a 90s teenager, so she loved this kind of stuff.
Fair enough, as you do. And yeah, this is the kind This is the kind of thing that my dad would steer us away from at the video store. He hated.
Absolutely.
He hates that kind of dumb comedy. But this one is a little better than most, I think, of the super dumb ones anyway. And I don't know, it's a dumb plot, but it's executed pretty well. And it was fun, yeah. Watch Pauly Shore's
Visually,
Dead.
it's nice to look at. That matters a lot to me.
Say again, sorry?
Visually, it's ultra 90s. It's very bright and busy.
Yeah, it was shot pretty well. It looks nice. It's got that 90s feel for sure. If you don't watch Biodome, I'll make you watch Son-in-Law Dead, JK. Watch Pauly Shore's Dead. I've heard good things about that, actually. Send Son-in-Law through the channel Soup. Oh, yes, you say Soup. Inbreeders, Betty, Nugs, Gazongas, Estonia. Oh yeah, Gonzongas where Brendan Fraser goes for that lady's boobs. Good stuff. Wheeze the Juice. No, Wheeze in the Juice. GTFO. The gas station scenes. Oh yeah, I enjoyed the gas station scenes. Yeah, no, that's good. With them like drinking the Slurpee or icy, technically, I guess, but same basic thing. Out of the things, that's the squeeze in the juice or wheeze in the juice. Sorry. It was good. And then yeah, Pauly Shore being like, real food does not exist. All you need is meat and sugar, basically. It was like, okay.
Yep.
It was kind of funny, but yeah. Vegetables are good though. Anyway, but that's the joke. The gas
Thank you, Dr. Butt.
I have to be for your health, Dr. Butt. The gas station. Oh, you already read that. Meat group. Yeah, that's right. And then they have the burrito that's cold in the middle. The cheese is old and moldy. Oh yeah, that's right. Because he learned a little bit of Spanish. You're right, home. She's not worth it. Oh yeah. And then all of a sudden, that scene where Pauly Shore is just like hanging out with some Mexican bikers and befriends them or whatever. That was cool.
She wouldn't be able to do if he didn't find Link.
I guess, and I think that was part of why I was like, why couldn't they just be cool before? He seems to be getting along with these Mexican bikers pretty well. He seems like a cool guy, but I think like the thing with Brendan Fraser being hot is mainly why they became cool.
I just
and maybe
came up with a theory about Stoney if you want to hear it.
Go do it. Let's hear it.
It was lacking actual responsibility, so having to hide the fact that he's got a caveman hanging out with him, that made him more like quick-witted, more motivated to like educate this man.
I guess
that he could blend in.
I get you. That's looking into it deep, but that totally makes sense to me. That could very well be right.
Like that matches with his character development. He's just like, oh no, my clothes are dirty. I just washed them, you asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately he's covered in mud. But then by the end, he's like relaxed.
Right.
He's uptight in the beginning.
Right, Pauly Shore.
Yeah. The one thing I want to say about Pauly Shore is that I think he works a lot better as a side character.
Oh,
like he's not the main
absolutely.
character.
100%.
Don't let him lead.
Yeah, he shouldn't be a lead character. I agree. Radmobile Buddy.
Support, that's his strength.
He's a good support. I would agree with that.
And who doesn't like Sean Astin, right?
He's great. I still think Pauly Shore's a little bit annoying, but he's definitely more tolerable in this than if he's
playing an annoying character. Like that's the idea.
And he did make me laugh way more in this, even though he has less screen time in this. I laughed more times with him in this than in the Army now. So there you go.
It's like Eddie from Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, sort of. I see what you mean. But yeah, I am running out of things to say about this one. I didn't look it up on Wikipedia though. So let's do that.
I get some George of the Jungle vibes from
totally.
Brendan Fraser.
Maybe that's why he was cast. And also in Monkey Bone, he's sort of like a monkey kind of. So he plays this sort of like monkey man more than once.
A wild feral.
Yeah, it's sort of his thing almost, you could say. Well, maybe not quite, but he's done it a few times. Encino Man made some fucking money. People liked it. $7 million budget. Which is pretty low, but it made $40 million, so that's pretty good. Not so shabby.
Back when people went to movies.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, Nobody. I think it had a theatrical release a little bit anyway, and it had a box office. Like it made money, so I think people are starting to go back to movies a little bit. But it's not. It's gonna take a little bit to get back to where it was, I think. The film was released by Disney under Hollywood Pictures label. Despite negative reviews, Encino Man was a box office success. So people didn't like it, but the people liked it, and that's what matters. The critics didn't like it. Fuck the critics. This was pretty fun.
Right. Just didn't know Fraser yet.
No. I guess this was before he was famous. Was this his first big role? Or was he like in a TV show or something before?
I believe so.
Yeah, that seems about right.
And I think that there was like a spin-off, a very short-lived spin-off TV series from Encino Man.
With him?
Where features his girlfriend. The gal who pops up at the end.
I didn't like that ending. I wanted to talk about that. It seems so forced last minute at the end there, with putting just like, this the girl caveman was also just conveniently thought
The
out
girl caveman.
sorry, yeah, that was stupid. Cave woman, sorry. You know what I mean?
I love you.
You know what I mean. But yeah, no, it just seems so like convenient to the plot. Like she just came out of nowhere, and like, oh, she's just in the bathroom, all in the tub. There you go. There you go. I don't know. I feel,
Right. Well, I gotta say that Link wasn't very rapey for a feral caveman.
and that I know it does. That's not accurate, but I
He kept his
appreciate
pants
that.
on
I
all the
Well,
time
he
when
was
he was in
aggressive.
high school and stuff.
Yeah, he was a
He was
little
aggressive,
like
but he wasn't rapey.
gazongas. But yeah, I agree. He could have been a lot worse considering where he came from. Um,
Uh,
to say the
I
least.
think that has me like emotionally satisfied that he had a commitment back then. Some sort.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But back to Shore. I adore Pauly Shore's taste is so dirty. Some people hate Will Ferrell. Yeah, no, it's true. No, yeah, no, it's all. This is all. It's all opinion. That's all this is, and that's just the way it is. I agree completely with that. I have no ill will against Mr. Shore. I'm not a huge fan, but he's much better in this movie. That man is worthless. Throw him in an incinerator. Some people. You don't like Will Ferrell then, Stevie. Ooh.
No, I hate him. Kill him.
Okay, I think he's pretty funny, but fair enough. He got
He's not.
in some things, like some things are shit, but like
He just shouts a lot.
I don't know. I think Anchorman's genuinely good, but fair enough. He got a Betty too. He got his love, girl, caveman. Yeah, fuck. Whoopsie daisy. That's the love of his life, dude. Yeah, but just out of nowhere. Maybe he kept his pants on because of his ice Betty. Well, that's a good theory, maybe, but then there's that whole scene where he's like, he's realized that everyone's dead. So that was another reason why I was like, but what? Because he was like crying and he's sad.
The museum.
Yeah, in the museum because he's.
Why'd you remind me of that? I forgot.
Because I just remembered
Dick.
it. And it was relevant.
I know.
But
Get out the guitar. It's time to sing Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, my
We can all cry.
Yeah, we're almost there. This has been a long movie review Monday. Girl, caveman, the love of his life. Finally, we see eye to eye. Okay. Do you have anything to add, G-Bergs?
Speak up, G-Birds.
Nope, that's it for me. Just a fun one, great cast, and
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good times.
The dance scene.
Monkey, brass monkey, junkie, that funky monkey.
The dance
Yeah,
scene.
I get that monkey bone vibe in this one too.
Yeah, you get some monkey
Right?
some monkey bones, some George of the Jungle, like you said. I feel
That's
all
right
that.
too. Like Rhino Records.
I'm ready to
tell
rate
them
it,
that
though.
That's the box set that you need to release for Brendan Fraser. Those 3 movies.
Hell yeah.
That's the Brendan collection.
And we're not talking about it anymore, but the unofficial Jim Carrey Green trilogy is The Mask and The Grinch, and then there's one other one where he's a green guy.
Riddler.
Oh yeah, that one. Yes, that was the one I was
Riddler.
thinking. Batman Forever. That's the unofficial Jim Carrey Green.
Double
trilogy.
Batman.
But yeah, let's rate it if we're ready. Unless Stevie has more to say. The dance scene says so
I'll
dirty.
think for a second. Write down your score. I'm thinking.
Okay. Let me think about it. Honestly, G-Birds, that's exactly what I was thinking. You read my mind.
Right. Loved that Link picked up on new information real fucking quick. Right? Like, they didn't need to teach him how to use a toilet. And then he's just, like, doing acrobatics everywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty
And, like, the payphone trick, getting his coin back, like,
he's a quick
he
learner.
picked up on Spanish.
Yeah, he learned, even though
than he did
it was
with
just
English.
a couple lines. But yeah, no, he's, like, learning shit. It was cool. But yeah, let's rate
It
it.
was accelerated, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm still thinking of my score, but
No,
you
sure.
guys go ahead.
It was, it was well paced, a good, pretty overall decent movie. I give it 7.5 too. 7.5 out of 10 dogs. 18.5 out of 18.1 out of 2.5. Interesting.
18.5.
Oh shit. Okay, no, I get
Yeah.
it. There was no point decimal and there's just a space, but it's okay. I get you. 18.1 out of 2.5.
Yeah, that rating was for Proud and Nasty right there.
Oh, okay, I get you. No, 7.5 for me though. 8 out of 10 from Soap Dirty. Real Monkey Bone vibe indeed. That dance scene though. Okay, yeah, no, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. Any last remarks? I'm done with it.
Get me down from here.
All right.
Thanks for having us on, Doug.
Okay.
Love you, buddy.
Thanks for dropping by, guys.
I want to go back in my drawer. It's dark there.
You know where I store these? I store
Yeah.
these on top of a bass speaker, in case you're in case or a bass amp, I should say.
Of course.
That's why they just sit on top of there. Yeah. The goodbye. Yeah. Thanks for watching, folks. Let's pick this up with the dancing. Before we do the dance, I'll just quickly talk about it. I agree at G Bergs. Yeah, 7.5 for everything. But yeah, I did 7.5 for this last one for Encino Man. You have to watch Bowdome because Tenacious D is in it. No, it's for 20 seconds. I don't want to watch it. I'm just not gonna, man. And I'm sorry. I'm putting my foot down. Just because in the army now is so painful. I don't want to go through that again. I'm not going to watch Bowdome. I'm not going to watch the other one you were talking about, Son-in-Law. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. Don't watch Bowdome. I'm putting my foot down. But thanks for watching. Please don't re-traumatize Doug. Thank you, Stevie, for understanding. Okay, yeah, no, quickly, if people want to support the stream, obviously subbies and biddies, tips if you want to support, DougICatcher@gmail.com, no pressure, but it all helps. I'm going to put some links up in here. There's tons in the About section. But Patreon, if you want to support me on Patreon, that helps the most, but it all helps. If you want to support me on Patreon, then you get access to exclusive content too, so that's fun. There's also, if you want to check out my YouTube, it would be appreciated. I'm putting on a bunch of new shit like these Twitch broadcasts as well as Brazilian music reaction videos. Pootie Tang ass. Yeah, I like Pootie Tang. You're allowed to be like not like Pootie Tang because I don't like your Pauly Shore movies, but if you're just hating it out of spite, it's not the same. Anyways. Thanks for watching though, guys. I do appreciate you. I love you. It is all just opinions when it comes down to it. It's not a big deal. LOL. But yeah, if you want to check out any of those socials, check out my links in the About section. And if you want to support the stream but you can't financially, please consider just sharing it on social media. Telling people about it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. Being like, hey, this guy's pretty cool. Check it out. That helps more than you think. It's all appreciated. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to switch the camera up. I'm going to move it. And we're going to dance. So if you don't like the camera moving around, look away. Because it's happening. Stevie, this warning is mainly for you. Because I don't think you like it. Here we go. Be wary. Don't puke. Oh. We're gonna dance. We gotta dance it off. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Looking good. Okay. Oh, all right. It's okay. We made it through, though. I'm sorry, Stevie. I hope you can forgive me. Do it every Monday. So, but yeah. Thanks for watching, folks. Let's dance it. Let's dance it off. And then I'll say goodbye and we'll raid somebody. I appreciate everybody watching. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I think we're good, dog. No, we're good. Okay, yeah, thanks for watching. Let's get this song going. Oh, wait, before we do that, I should just make sure the computer doesn't shut down in the middle of it. I'm gonna plug in my computer. It's never happened where my computer has ran out of battery because the streams don't usually go this long. But, I gotta do this. Here. I gotta plug it in real quick. Yeah, hang with me, guys. We're gonna dance. Alright. Let's go.